Look around, leaves are brown, and the sky is a hazy shade of winter. A hazy shade of winter. Look around, leaves are brown, and the sky is a hazy shade of winter.
Gio's going to do the recap.
All right, here we go. So based on my viewing of last week's recording, which I noticed you guys started doing the combat cam, very nice. Okay, so the session starts with the party like talks a little bit, and then you guys exit that underground hall that we were in. Or you get a long rest first. I wasn't clear on that, but basically whatever the order, you guys get a long rest, and then there's a random encounter in the morning. V wakes up and there's like this chewinga on her chest, and it's like it gives her this piece of fruit, and it's nice at first, but then it kind of like doesn't go away. And then apparently Illikin steps up and he's like, yeah, these are just like a nuisance where I come from.
That's right.
Like squirrels or whatever, I think you compared it to, Jay. And so then yeah, I thought that was kind of funny that Illikin knew that. So V shoos it eventually, and it kind of like, gives her like an FU like emote, and then we move on. So you guys set out for Bryn Shander, and oh yeah, so a few things happen. You spot this herd of musk oxen, and then as you're just looking at these like musk oxen, pretty mundane creature, this massive like white dragon just comes down, like starts eating some of them. And apparently like Quintus notices that there might be like someone riding this dragon, and this dragon's like old and like the biggest thing we've ever seen. And like Quintus notices that it's nearsighted, so it must have not spotted the party. And then it kind of like flies after eating a few of the oxen, and then that's that. But that was a pretty cool encounter. And then as the auroras sweep over the sky, which we know now is Auril casting her spell, Gabar like jokingly casts like a dispel magic, and it like fizzles out 30 feet in the air. Then during the night, V is having a lot of trouble sleeping, but she discovers that if she focuses on her dream somehow, she can actually read the thoughts of whatever is reading her thoughts. So it's like this thought connection thing going on. And yeah, she doesn't get much sleep, but this is kind of like a breakthrough for her. And she has that same dream that she always has, but she sees like the spindle. And then afterwards, when she's awake and telling everyone about what she saw, like everyone was talking about how maybe the spire and the spindle are related somehow. But then there's a blizzard, and it's a bit harder, but the party makes it to Bryn Shander. And then there's these like frost zombies outside of Bryn Shander. So you guys have like, a combat encounter where you fight these guys. V like lights, I think 90% of them up with a fireball, just like completely destroys them. But they are a concern because the 10 towns are already not doing so well. And now you got these like frost zombies, which are probably animated by Auril, according to Gabar. And yeah, it's a problem. So then you guys drop the dogs off, You go to Big Smile's house, and Big Smile's house is mostly fine, but there's like squatters nearby, like a tiefling family, and like there's some drunks on Big Smile's front porch that you guys have to like, like kick out of the place, like get out of here. And then you guys hang out in Big Smile's house a little bit. There's this like funny scene where Quintus like uses his randomized animal summon item, like his bag or whatever. But this time he actually gets the big one, but it's like too big. It's a giant elk, and it like spawns in Big Smile's living room and just like wrecks the thing. That was funny. Of course, the time where he actually gets the giant
Yeah.
the worst time. The dice are kind of like that. But yeah. So then you guys go to the town hall. You see Nimsy huddle there. She's helping a lot of people out. She's using the cauldron to feed people. And then, of course, we meet with Duvessa, and she, like, we explain our goals to her, and she is displeased by the fact that we're going to be leaving to find this like Spire thing. But we try to talk her down, and she kind of understands. But we do briefly discuss the zombies as well and how that's an issue. But she's at her wit's end at this point, so it's very tough for Duvessa and the other speakers. And then you guys go over and talk to Nimsy a little bit. There's this little scene with Gwen and the what's their group called?
Troll killers,
Terrible
troll killers.
Yeah, and there's kind of this sobering scene where Gwen basically admits that she wasn't strong enough, and it's clearly like one of the hardest things she's had to say in her entire life. And then there's this cute little thing where Scoop comes up and gives Gabar this book, and then Gabar takes the Proctive Move Mountain book and gives it to Scoop, which is pretty cool. And then I think not much else happens. You guys leave town hall. Then Gabar finds Villain by like finding her eye patch using locate object. I think that's how it goes. And yes, so you guys meet Villain in the market. Gabar asks if everyone can talk in private, and then the party finds a private spot. I think you go back to Big Smile's house. But yeah, then you start talking. Villain basically agrees to give Gabar enough paper for 5 spell scrolls that he can copy, so he can copy new spells. And she gives him Tiny Hut and Polymorph. Polymorph was I specifically marked that down because we'll need that. And then what else? There's like this long conversation with Villain. You tell her about the giant ghosts. She realizes we don't have too many leads on the codicil yet, so she's saying how she's been talking with locals about it and how the Goliaths might know something. And of course, Illiken speaks up, and yes, he probably would have said something to the effect of what you guys wrote in there, which is that seeing the Goliaths after going to the Spire is a good idea. And then V chooses not to tell her about the spindle, but through this kind of like goofy scene where Gabar is learning knock, she kind of overhears something about the egg, and then realizes we're not telling her the truth about it, like we couldn't deceive her basically. And so Quintus really pushes back, but she's still like, we don't end up telling her, but she knows something is up. Then the party gets a long rest. You guys pass through like Tourmaline, which is leveled, and then you make it to Lonelywood, which is like even more destroyed. And you learn Lonelywood has basically been completely wiped out. Then the party goes to the Elven Tomb to open the egg, and this is the big scene, right? Inside the egg, there are all these crystals, and they're basically identical, if I'm not wrong, to V's crystal, but there's like a shit ton of them, and the brooding evil magic energy is ominous. So you guys close up the egg, and I believe you leave it there in the Elven Ruins for safekeeping, and that's pretty much where it ends.
That's where it ends. So we give the title sequence, fade to black, we fade back in of an overhead shot of the crystal or the egg open like a flower, and inside are all these growing like you stick the sugar crystals, how it grows on the stick. They're like growing on the inside of this egg, right? And you guys just quickly seal it, close it back up, and we get the shot of the thing sort of closing back up. We sort of pull out and pan around the elven tomb. What would you guys like to do? Let's pull you over to the map.
Bizarre perversion of a natural geode.
I mean, it reminds me like an Inside Out artichoke hearts. It makes me hungry.
Not where I was going with it, but I can see it. We got names.
Yeah, who's up first?
Oh, Mass Lantimer. It's a long shot, so.
All right, so you guys want to fuck with the mirror?
Yeah.
All right, Sonar will sort of step in this sort of go up this rocky sort of path, this like hole in the wall, right? And he will cast his moonbeam, and it will glow on the half moon and the full moon. I can't remember which one's which, but he'll light up the proper one because he knows he's Sonar. And the mirror will sort of, the runes around the mirror will light up, and you can scry on whoever you please.
First.
Which one's Lentimir again, Quintus?
The Valin's apprentice.
Hmm.
Or I guess
Cool.
ex-apprentice now.
Yeah, thief. Alright, we'll have at her.
All right, so you're gonna try to scry on Nas Lantimir.
Yeah. I'll just cast tongues for good measure before we scry.
So you reach out and touch the mirror, right? And this sort of frost kind of covers your around your hand as the mirror glows, and this sort of smoky thing fills up the what behind the mirror, the glass of the mirror. And as you focus on just the name, because you've never seen her, you just heard
Well,
the
I've
name.
seen her, I just don't know it.
True, but we can't say that you have. So you like focus on just the name, and there's no connection.
That figures. Wizards are too smart for us. Either she's dead, or
Yeah,
she's
so-
blocking herself.
A wizard thing or a being dead thing?
Well, if she had a big of an advantage, as Valen said she'd had.
Right, so who's next on the list then?
There's one.
Well, if we're spying on wizards, might as well just look at Avarice. See what
She's next
see
on
where
my
she's
list.
at.
All right, and you have seen Avarice,
Yes, very familiar with her, unfortunately.
unfortunately.
Well, I guess firsthand would be the actual thing.
Yeah, give me one moment. Let me pull up some stat blocks here.
We have stuff from her basement study. And
Okay.
where the teleportation circle was.
She wrote a cipher or whatever to
Yeah,
like
so I'll
translate.
take that translation cipher.
Okay, so that means you are firsthand, and you have a possession. Okay, so basically she just gets a -4 to her save. What kind of save is it?
Wisdom.
I want to say wisdom. Yeah, wisdom. Okay, here it comes. Oh, she fails.
Oh,
Nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah, definitely fails. Okay. So here's what we get. You sort of focus your mind, right? And in your mind, and you like close your eyes, and when you open them, you can see in the surface of the mirror, kind of coming through the shadows of the smoke or whatever that fills the mirror, you can see Avarice, this white skinned tiefling with white hair, horns coming out of her head. And she's currently sort of basked in blue and purple sort of light. As you can see, she is hunched over like a small lap desk of some kind inside of a tent. It's only illuminated by what appears to be dancing lights above her head. And she is like writing and cross-referencing a bunch of papers and ancient books that she has. She has like 3 of these books that look like if you lift the page too quickly, it'll disintegrate. And she has like 3 of them on this little lap desk in front of her. And on her shoulder is a raven, a black raven that's sort of, looking over the page, watching her flip the pages. And she's just studying. You can hear faint sound of voices outside of her tent, but you cannot see anything outside of her tent.
Any chance I can make out anything on the books?
Make a perception check. It's hard to say. I will say, so you have tongues, right? Which means you can speak it,
Yeah,
but
I
not
can't
read it.
read.
Okay, there's definitely some sort of foreign language written on the pages, and it's not like infernal or anything that you would recognize.
So yeah, it's just 10 minutes of her reading.
I'll even say one of them appears to be a map of a city, maybe. But yeah, I mean, you could focus on her for however long you want, and that's all you really get. But you do hear sort of voices coming from outside of her tent, as if there are people outside doing more stuff out there.
Yeah, she's studying intensely. She's found something. That books might be fucking Netheril itself. They look that old.
That doesn't bode well for us.
Was she inside?
She's in a tent.
Was the tent outside? Or was it like
I-
inside?
Assume so. Like, why would you set up a tent inside a building?
Well, if they're already made their way to the Nethery City, I can't remember the name of right now, then maybe they set up a tent for, privacy. Inside.
Hope
Maybe
that's
looking
not
for
the
make like
case.
forts when you were a kid? I don't know.
What was the ground inside the tent?
It was like a bunch of pelts and furs and stuff.
Was the edges of like the outside of the tent like flapping like this in
Yes.
the wind?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's safe to assume it was outside.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think, like Janth and Warwar and the rest of them were outside talking. So if we try one of them, we might be able to hear that conversation that's going on right now.
Hit him.
Right? Try horror then, because that way if you can see any like landmarks.
Don't you have something off Warwars too?
Yeah, sketch of sword and shield.
Mm-hmm. Sure do.
What are our next targets?
All right, so you want to try to scry on Huarwar?
Yep.
It's character sheet. There's Avarice. I guess I don't have one for him. We can do Knights of the, what are they called? Black Sword? Knights of Black Sword. Okay. Wisdom save at a -4 because you've met him before. Set this on.
Remind me to get a piece of Maxiltonar's hair next time we're in Brinchander.
Wow, yeah, he definitely fails as well.
Beauty.
Yeah, with that -4, it's pretty damning. So we get this sort of scene, right? Where it's nighttime. Just like it is for you guys now. Well, it's it's dark anyways. And you can barely see like the edges of the tundra because there's a small campfire that is lit. and there's like, I don't know, 7 or 8 people sort of sitting around this fire. You immediately sort of focus in on Huarwar, right? His eyes are sort of baggy. He's this young man. He's all clad in his armor, but he doesn't appear to be armed by any means. There's no weapons on him. However, as you sort of can see around the campfire, there are other Knights of the Black Sword that are armed. And you also see sitting across from Huarwar is Janth / Drazavar, this blue-skinned dragonborn, just sort of resting on like a rock or something. You also see a humanoid that's sort of working around the fire. It appears to be that they're sort of tending to the fire, and they have a spit that is spinning over the fire that has 2 dead rabbits on it. This humanoid, he has dark skin, and he's wearing many layers of like drapings, and he has like a turban on his head, and a sort of his mask has been pulled down. I'm going to give you a little handout for this guy. It's not exactly what he looks like, but it's a good idea of what his sort of garb is like. Yeah, here we go. Here's something like this. Obviously, he's not armed, but he looks something like this. Wrappings over his head, wrappings over. He's just completely covered head to toe in these sort of many layers of drapings. Here's another one. Those are just to sort of get your mind in the right place of what they dress like. And as this guy is sort of tending to the fire, he appears to be a tiny bit timid. And as he's like tending to the fire and shit, there is a humanoid, a human, or half-elf rather. He's gnarled and grizzled, and obviously he's one of the Knights of the Black Sword that's sort of sitting right next to Huarwar. And he looks like this. And he will sort of shout out towards this guy tending to the fire or whatever. You are a miserable savage, ain't ya? Won't even speak his filthy language. Maybe this'll loosen your lips. And he kicks him right in like the back of his leg. And he like dead legs him, right? And this poor, I mean, I'm gonna say it like it is. He's a reggae, right? So this poor reggae dude falls over and trips and stumbles into Huarwar, right? And all of the Knights of the Black Sword laugh, and this guy laughs, and they're laughing at him. However, he falls onto Huarwar, and I need you to make an insight check, Quintus. Oh my god, okay. So just because you are sort of focused on Huarwar, you can tell that he feels kind of bad for this guy. He feels bad for him. But the reghead, he doesn't speak, but he begins making these weird hand gestures, right? And he's on his knees, and it's sort of like trying to apologize, it seems like, right? And Holstein, this nasty other guy, he's like, "You gonna let him get away with running into you, Mulfoon? Put him in his place, boy." And Huarwar, since you have a good read on him, he sort of, he's reticent, right? He doesn't want to do what he's about to do, but he sort of feels like he has to. He will stand up and stick out his hand like a closed sort of fist and point it at him. And as he does, a blade forms in his hand, made of ice and chain. Black chain and ice forms out of his hand as he points it at the dude's throat, right? And he will say, "I am blessed by the frozen prince himself. If you disturb me again, you will regret it." And all the other guys are like, ah! But Huarwar sort of holds the blade at this guy's throat, and the guy's signing weird hand gestures at him, and then the blade sort of retracts back, and Huarwar like sits back down. And that's basically it.
Pretty dark. What did he say he was again?
He said, "I am blessed by the Frozen Prince himself. If you disturb me again, you will regret it."
Gotcha. Would I know who the Frozen Prince is?
I think, Quintus, if you mentioned it, you would know who the Frozen Prince is.
Yeah, no, they're Levistus cultists.
Ah, Levistus.
Levistus is the Frozen Prince.
Fifth Archdevil, the Nine Hells. Frozen in a big block of ice. Didn't exactly choose for my magic to look like this.
Keep running into this guy.
Well, as long as I'm around, you probably will.
Seems we have. And here I didn't think we were going to have two ice-themed entities controlling the 10 towns, but here we are. We're having their influencers across 10 towns, I meant to say.
Alright, but yeah, Jantha's there too. And some other person, people I don't recognize. And one of them was a knight, but the other one looked really out of place. Kind of dressed like a mummy. No offense, Sonar.
Seems they got a whole party going on out there then. So bodes ill for us.
All right, so what's next then?
Argos gang.
I will say to Quintus that it appears that Warwar is drawing from power greater than, say, some of the other cultists.
Yeah.
He's reaching some Hexblade level.
Yeah. What? I don't know what he would have done to earn favoritism from an archdevil, though. I mean, to my knowledge, he was just some 10 towns kid until some Chartelin.
I think the Charlin's related to this Levistus devil thing at all.
Well, they're all wearing it.
All right, well, who's next on the list, kid?
I'm still wearing it, man.
Our favorite speaker.
Maxwell and I.
All right. Do you have anything that belongs to Max Dinar?
I don't think so.
All right. Let's see what we got. What's his first name?
Nerth.
Nerth, yeah.
Nerth.
I'm so excited for all the Forgotten Realms ass names in the movies.
Oh, you're right about that, buddy. All right. And he needs to make so you have met him and you don't have anything of his. Right, it's just a flat roll. Boy, I'm rolling like trash. He failed. So okay, so here's the deal.
Mirror's hot tonight.
Yeah, no shit, huh? All right, so Quintus, as you focus your mind again and open your eyes, you can see in the mirror you're in some sort of dark cellar somewhere underground. A bit of a cold breeze sort of blows through. And you can see Maxwell Dinar standing with his arms crossed and he's tapping his foot impatiently. And he's surrounded by his lackeys. Spider, Remy Rifkin, Biff, and Scath are all like sort of around him. And as he's sort of, standing there waiting impatiently, there's like one torch in the room, lighting the room up. Otherwise, it's pretty fucking dark in here. There is light that spills in as the cellar door at the top of the stairs is opened, like a trapdoor type deal, is open. And 3 cloaked and hooded figures enter the cellar. As they sort of walk in, one of them removes their hood in the front of the 3. Let me see if I have it up for him. Yeah, I do. Okay, so the one in the front, this third figure or whatever, the first figure that walks in, he removes his hood and immediately you see white hair flow out from underneath the hood. Chalk gray skin, right? And red eyes. Slender features and long pointed ears. This is a drow. And he looks like that. And as he sort of walks in and removes his hood, Maxodonar will say, "Good to see you again. I've heard that your quarry is in town. They can still be of some use to us." And the drow sort of cuts him off. "We grow tired of your excuses, Naeth. I called this meeting to explain that we won't be needing your assistance any longer." Maxonar said, like, "This isn't what we agreed. Jarlaxle promised me." And the drow cuts him off again. "There's been a change of plans, Naeth. Our Underdark scouts have located something precious to the north. We will handle things from here." And Nerith is like, "You dirty," and he like takes a step forward, and you can see that like some of his other minions or whatever, they like go to draw their swords, and the other 2 people from behind him, 2 scimitars come out, and they like fucking do cool fucking moves and shit, and have like most of the dudes' swords at their throats, like quicker than shit. It was like too fast, and the other guy, the main guy in the front, he also points a fucking dagger towards Maxwell Donar's throat. And he will say, "That's all for now, Nerith. Enjoy your politics." And he'll sort of just turn his back right to Nerith, and like his cape, the drow's cape sort of brushes against Nerith, and he will head back out of the cellar. And the other 2 drow will flourish, sheath, leave as well.
Fuck, we were so close. Well, that was interesting. Good news and bad news. Looks like Jarlaxle just broke up with Nerith.
That's very good news.
That is good news.
That's
Yeah.
good
Bad news, it's because his scouts found something interesting to the north.
They didn't say what it was.
That's very bad news. What on earth could Jarlaxle be looking for? I figured that they were just up here trying to find us too.
I mean, we're to the north right now.
Yeah, I mean, that might have been why they came, but not why they stayed.
I mean, those are probably some people we're going to have to cross paths with at some point.
I hope not, but you're probably right. Who's next, Quintus?
Doesn't sound like the Spire, though, right to the north.
Not necessarily.
Scath, Quinn Lupus, Shanderfroth. Any of them?
Death was with him, wasn't he?
All right.
What about Lupus?
Which one's Lupus again?
The new Tourmaline leader.
Fucker
Right.
that killed
Coward.
Matthews.
Yeah.
What are we on now? 3?
That was 4.
This is number 4.
Okay, and you get
No, wait,
7.
no.
No.
It's number 5.
This is number 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Number 5. Okay. No, the next one is number 5, right?
This next one is number 5.
And you get 7, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. Let's just go with that.
Um, yeah, I mean, do we want to do those other speakers?
There anyone more? I don't know. Urgent. We should be checking on.
You want to see what Valen's up to when we're not around?
Kind of.
Still don't think we can trust her, eh?
I don't.
Fucking wizard. Can't trust any of us.
Alright, we'll give her a little look-see then.
I'll leave that one to you, Gabar.
I've never used this thing. Oh, no, I used it once. All right.
It is pretty addicting.
So you guys are very familiar with Valen. But you don't have anything that belongs to her.
She gave us some
I have a
scrolls.
spell scroll that she gave to me.
She made it. Yeah, she made it.
True.
Okay, so she's definitely gonna fail this then. She's got like a
Minus
minus 9. Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
DC 25 or DC 26 is the DC on this normally.
Jeez Louise. The DC on it normally is a 16, I think. So,
Yeah, so it's basically DC 25 now.
Jiminy Christmas. All right, let me make sure I can hide her rolls. Does she get a bonus to wisdom? She does. Okay.
It's not 20 here.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god.
I didn't hide her roll, but she did really good, but she still failed. Okay, so Valen. She is probably, I'll say she's probably, as you guys sort of, Gabar, as you like focus in on her or whatever, you can see that she is in a crowded tavern, possibly in Bryn Shander, and there is a lopsided sort of berobed and becloaked hooded creature sitting in front of her with a bowl of soup that's sort of pouring it into its chest. And there is Valen, and she has like several books out in front of her, and she's just taking notes, writing stuff down, just sort of studying, as good wizards do on their time off.
Is it the North Look?
No,
Do I see Scram Shacks? No.
no, it's not the North Look.
All right.
But it is
Scram Shacks,
it is densely crowded though,
So we can assume that it's still Bryn Shander.
for sure.
I'll pop out of it and just be like, yeah, about what we assume. She's just, still in Bryn Shander. Seems like she's still waiting for us, or at least she hasn't come running off yet. Guess it'd be kind of hard for her to do that. We have her dogs.
She has one sled.
Oh, that's fair.
So you got one last crack at this thing?
2, I believe.
2, right? Yeah.
Well,
Any
sweet.
place we want to take a look at? Not any particular person, right? Can I look
I
at
think V is sort of reticent to
Do you wanna
try
look at
out.
someone.
Yeah, well, obviously, she would probably want like inside want to see about the mind flayer situation, but at the same time, I'm not sure that she would.
Yeah, I mean, we can save it and then, maybe.
Oh, sure,
Insert
yeah.
later.
So instead,
Yeah.
one left, and if not, we can do a second one. Okay. All right, so you basically got one left. What do you want to do?
We can see if Spellick survived.
I do
We
recall
want-
you guys saying you wanted to scry on the Frostmaiden.
We want to go the
Oh, yes, the
Frostmaiden.
Frostmaiden.
Fucking Quintus said he was gonna try that. I'm like, fuck no.
You know what?
I-
I'm gonna try
I
that.
put the
Also-
idea on the table. I didn't say I was going to try it. necessarily.
I think Sapphire wants to try that.
Spire, if you don't mind, I think the Morning Lord will give me a good look at her. I'm not scared.
You snappy.
Go with it. Just in case Big Smile has to leave.
Oh.
I'll do it, I guess.
I got it.
Wait. I'm sorry. What did you say? I can't hear you all that well.
Let Big Smile do it.
All right, I'll do it. I'll let Big Smile do it.
Do you want to try to scry on the Frostmaiden, Big Smile?
Yes, sir.
This is going to be interesting. All right. So, I mean, if nothing happens, nothing happens, and we can just sort of go with that.
Sure.
All right. We don't have anything that belongs to them, so this is going to be interesting. Let me pull up my stat block. All right. Oh my god. No, she's
Why does
probably
she have a stat block?
she's probably going to succeed.
Oh, she's got legendary resistance for sure.
That's true.
I'll just look at Sonar and be like, just have a spell ready. Make sure you pick him up if he goes down again.
He'll say, "As thou commands." And Big Smile, you concentrate your mind. Put your hand to the mirror. Oh my god, she got a 14.
Which is
Oh, plus 5.
Oh,
Man, she succeeds.
oh.
Right, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, she succeeds. Unless you don't want her to. No. She succeeds. She succeeds.
Var.
She succeeds. So, fuck it. Here's what happens. So, Big Smile, you put your hand on the mirror, right? And you close your eyes and you sort of try to focus on the idea of the Frostmaiden, Oril, all the things that you've heard about her, her sort of presence that you may or may not have felt before. And as you sort of focus, ice sort of spreads across the surface of the mirror out of your hand, right? And as you try to pull your hand away, it's stuck,
Oh, fuck.
right? And ice curls up and goes around the edges, and the mirror begins to vibrate. And then it shatters. This legendary magical artifact shatters, right? And as it does, the glass, the mirror, the shards of mirror explode outward towards you guys, right? And you all like cover your faces, right? And as you look around, all of the pieces of glass are sort of floating in midair as like a snowfall sort of surrounds them, slowly drifting snowfall, right? And then it coalesces together. All of these shards of glass and snow and sort of flurries together into a 1 foot by like a couple of inches, maybe 8 to 10 inches, a diamond shape, right? And it looks like a crystal. And it has this faint sort of blue glow in the center of it. And it slowly rotates in place. I need everybody to roll initiative.
What?
Let's
What
put
is
our
happening?
tokens more where they would be.
My
I
boss
mean, I
time,
would-
baby.
Definitely be closer to Big Smile, like keeping an eye on him and be like, what the fuck's gonna happen?
Where's Sonar?
I'm so glad I touched that.
Look, every time I say it's probably a bad idea, I'm right, and we keep making the bad choices.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
Sonar has to be over here.
So
Stories
something about
would-
the. Yeah, that's fair. I was gonna say something about the combat cam. We can see the enemy's health and shit like that.
That's okay.
Okay.
I'll have to fix that, but that's okay for now. Oh, there is 2 sonars.
Why is there two? Well, no, that's cool. Twice the healing. I'm good with
Yeah,
that.
right. So the
Yeah,
first
simulacrum.
thing that needs to happen is, let me put these guys on the map, and then we'll.
What time is it, Gabar?
Oh no, you can't see their health.
Why would? Oh, we
said-
could on the
I s-
last one. Okay,
yeah,
cool. So
I
you
said
changed
it. I fixed it. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we'll all explain.
Kamar
what
has no idea what time it is, by the way. I don't have like keen mind or anything.
Is it Gift of Alacrity time? I mean,
Oh, have we been? What? I mean, has it been 8 hours since we woke up?
I don't think so.
Not yet. No.
No, then you're good. You have gift alacrity.
Sick.
Okay, so here's what happens. The crystal sort of coalesces right in front of Big Smile, right? And Big Smile, you're like finding it hard to look away from this crystal that sort of floats right in front of you. And I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh,
Charisma saving throw.
Yeah, that's your best stat, right?
apparently 19.
DC
Yo.
21.
Get the
Wow.
fuck out of here.
So- You immediately take. Here I go. Oh, I don't even have enough D6s.
oh no, Jay, don't say that.
The
Oh,
digital
don't say
game.
that. Yeah.
16 points. I rolled pretty low. 16 points of cold damage. And here's what happens. You guys see this crystal sort of hover close to Big Smile, right? And Big Smile just can't help it, and he reaches out and touches it, right? It's like you lose control of yourself, Big Smile. And you guys see Big Smile disappear. And if you squint really closely, you can see Big Smile is stuck inside of the crystal.
Oh fuck.
And when that happens, a bunch of fucking ice methods appear around you guys. And we're in combat. Every round that you are inside of this crystal, Big Smile, it's very bad for you.
Okay.
Just so you know. All right, first in the order is Gabar. Gabar,
No.
what would you like to do? There's a bunch of ice methods, and your friend just teleported inside of a crystal.
Two things. First off, is V here?
Yeah. Oh, I'll roll initiative for
Second off, can I see Big Smile?
barely inside of the crystal. Yeah, and he's like
Uh,
frozen. It's like he's stuck in there.
I just got to be able to see him for a vortex warp.
Oh.
Let me look at the.
I just put the spell for that because I don't even know if it's gonna work.
I
But
don't
I'm
know
like,
if it's gonna work
no.
either.
Cheeky bastard.
I don't know if it's gonna work either.
Do we have combat music, or can you do that with?
I
the
don't
can?
think I can do
You
that.
can
Do
technically
you guys hear
see
music
it.
now?
No.
I know. Hold on. Hold up. Let me see if I can.
I mean, it's what I'm doing. You make the ruling whether or not it works. Otherwise, the spell's just gone.
Yeah, I can't do music, unfortunately. I haven't quite figured that one out yet.
Okay.
And hold on, I'm looking it up now. Just give me a second. I gotta see what it is specifically because I got all the stuff for it, but I don't exactly know. Okay. He technically has total cover.
Okay. Then no, I technically.
So
can't see him
technically
then.
you can't see him. But I'm saying flavor wise that you can because it's like, how would you know what happened otherwise?
All right. Spell fails as it just my vortex warp encases the crystal, and then the crystal just pushes the
Forces
energy
it
off
out,
it
yeah.
and just gets
Fuck.
rid of the spell. And I'm like, fuck. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Yep.
and I'm going to. Oh man, gotta find a way to get my boy out of there.
What the hell is that name? I just noticed the name right now. Sorry.
Aim for what?
Gabara Galen Umpip Gemasatara? I've said my full name before. Can I try to duck under this guy to get closer to the crystal that Big Smile's in?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're low enough to the ground. You can.
All right, I'm just gonna try to. I'm gonna get right there and try to get to this crystal, completely ignoring this fucking ice method that's probably gonna try to attack me, and just try to get as close to the crystal to try to do something next turn. That's my turn.
Absolutely. V is going to fire. Boy, she's in a bad spot, huh? Does she have any like AoE stuff?
Who's
With
that
all of us around?
wind spell thing?
She can like move here and then push herself 5 feet.
And it'd be force movement.
Yeah, that's how he's been playing it before.
Okay, we'll do that then. So she'll take a step back, right, as the methods are like, and she will use her psionic powers as a bonus action to blast herself over here, and then firebolt this guy. Oop, wrong one.
She just melts him.
Get shaped.
Oh man, she hits the hell out of him. Are they weak to fire?
I think they're the only ones with 2 vulnerabilities.
They are. So yeah, she 28. Oh yeah, she melts it.
Nice.
She sends her firebolt out and it just completely melts this thing as purple flames sort of surround it. That's V's turn. It's Sonar's turn. He's still concentrating on the moonbeam, but I guess it's really far away, huh? How far can you move a moonbeam? What do you think, like 20 feet?
60?
60 with an action?
Mhm.
I take it, put it in this 10-foot square here. All right, he'll do that then. He'll sort of drag the moonbeam into the room, and it'll start pelting down on these ice methods in here. Illican, you're up.
All right, I see this little dude. They fly, right?
They are, yeah. They're like 6 feet off the ground or so.
He's like flying right in front of me. But the rules would still apply, right? Like he's close enough where I should try to get him with some kind of melee attack.
Correct. Yeah.
All right. Primal Savagery rolling up, 19 to hit,
That definitely hits.
13 acid.
You slash into these green glowing claws that sort of form around your hand, and it melts some of the flesh off, or like the ice off of this ice method. It's like
They're looking, take a step toward me.
Let's see. Flank.
Just get out of the way so you don't get blasted.
All right.
Perfect.
There you go.
all right. Next in the order is Big Smile. And what happens when that happens? So first of all, you're stunned. And then, God, I thought I wrote down more details about this. Let me pull it up again.
This is all a ploy to get back at me for stunning strike.
Sort of.
How do you like it?
Okay. Start of each of your turn, you take another 6d6.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, don't fuck with the Frostmaiden, dog.
Yeah, don't fuck with Aro.
26 this time. That one's way better.
That hurts a lot.
Yep. And you are like frozen in this tiny form. So you could see outside of it, right? You can see what's happening, but it looks kind of weird because you're shrunk down to teeny tiny size. And at the end of your turn, you can make the save again, I think.
Well, there's
A
that.
charisma save?
Uh-huh.
You can't make it.
That's a solid.
Oh yeah,
8
you
for-
can never make it. You can never make it because you have
No.
a 0 to your
Yeah.
charisma. Yes,
Yeah.
you'll never be able to make it even with a natural 20.
No.
Okay, well, no point in that then. All right, so next in the order is Quintus.
Big Smile, I don't know if you can hear me, but do something to get out of there. And if he can hear me at all, an inspiration might get through. I don't know.
Yeah. I'll say an inspiration. It doesn't say you can't hear. Yeah, you can hear him. He just has total cover.
All right. I'll take what I can get here.
Okay. Yep. So you throw an inspiration his way. Okay, now we could possibly make it. And that's your bonus action.
And then I'm going to use my action to do a thunder wave on these two methods.
That's the same sort of square that the moonbeam's in, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. What kind?
Okay,
What
yeah. So I'll do a first level then.
con?
They're in a moonbeam. Correct.
Okay. Here's 2 con saves. 1 success, 1 failure, or 1 failure,
Yeah.
1 success. It doesn't matter. I think you obliterate both of them. Because they are vulnerable to bludgeoning as well.
This
It's
is
not
thunder,
bludgeoning,
so-
that's right. Okay, so you kill one of them for sure.
All right, yeah. But then the moonbeam will hopefully take care of him next time.
Yeah, the other one takes 11. There we go. All right. He's bloodied. The other one. So you shatter one into 1,000 pieces. And the other one, and there's this huge rumble as the sort of roof of the cave sort of, all right, that's your turn.
Yep.
What are my iced methods not in the fucking initiative?
No, they're not. I
Oh,
was
that
just gonna
would
say
explain
that.
Bastards.
Oh, perfect.
Ah.
All right, worked out great. Let's put him underneath it. There we go. All right, so now it's the ice method's turn.
Wait, no, I'm next.
Sapphira would have gone first.
Oh, yep. Sorry. Go ahead.
I am actually gonna risk an attack of opportunity to go towards this guy.
Okay. The ice method will definitely make an attack of opportunity on you. He gets a 16.
That's a fail.
All right.
And I will slash twice at this guy right in front of me. At this point, like Sapphira is like, she saw Big Smile essentially going into this crystal, and she's just like, I gotta save him.
Both hit. But the first one is a glancing blow, so it takes 5. And the second one is God damn it. And then -6 again. All right. He's still up.
Smite, I'm gonna smite him.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just do 1 level 1 smite. 2d8. 6.
All right, he's still up.
Oh, come on.
But you slash down into it, and it's sort of, you cut it in half, right? As it's like cutting through snow, and then it coalesces back together.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna ask. Is it possible if I kind of like move around, like past the wall over here?
It's
Is he
too
flying?
tight. Gabar could do it. Oh, you were flanking.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't you get advantage?
Yeah.
Ooh, I do. This second one
See-
might.
All right, just crit fish. Like, just roll 2 more times.
Ah,
Oh.
there we go.
All right, you kill him.
All right, cool.
All right,
The
well,
only time you'll ever see Gabar flanking. On accident.
Yeah, he doesn't even know.
Thank you, Gabar.
Yeah, so you come up to the one that's about to attack Gabar, and you slash it right in half, and it shatters like glass. All right, that's your turn.
Yep. I'll kind of yell out. It's just like, stand there. So it's like, come on, Gabar, Greg. Hey, come on, Big Smile, get out of there.
All right, I will reiterate that there is a crystal sort of floating in Big Smile's square. I just want to make that clear, that there is a sort of object that he is in. Okay, now it's the ice method's turn. It looks like there's only one left, and he might just get toasted by the moonbeam. That's a dex save. For like what, 3d8, you think? Oh, he succeeds. 2d8, you think?
Constitution for a
2d10.
2d10.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow, it's
but-
way off.
Yeah, I mean, he rolled a 16 on the die, so.
Yeah, so he automatically beat it. And then for what is it, 2d10, you said?
2d10.
Ooh, boo, holy smokes.
Yeah, what, he took 5 from the thunder wave.
Wow, that's just enough to kill him.
Nice.
Yep, that's just enough to kill him. Just enough. So the moonbeam shatters him. Sonar says something about the lights overcoming darkness or something. And now it is Gabar's turn again.
Bar, if we break that, are we gonna kill him?
I don't know. But I'm gonna grab it as a loud bang reverberates throughout this entire chamber as I cast knock on it.
Interesting. That's not exactly how to beat it, but you know what? I'm gonna allow you to make
An object that contains.
No,
That's what I was reading when I was reading
what you're.
spell.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, but
and
like a
I'm
skill
gonna.
check, maybe.
We gotta make some sort of check here. All right, but you know the DC, so let's make some sort of like a spell casting attack roll, right? Like a spell attack roll.
Just a generic spell attack roll, huh?
Yeah. Mhm.
I'll just go ahead and just do it from a test strike. 18.
Not enough.
Oh,
I got an inspiration to like a not bardic one.
You want to try to roll again?
oh, just use your inspiration?
Yeah.
All right, thanks. Fuck.
Oh! All right.
Was it DC 20?
Yeah, it's 21.
Oh, fuck.
Needed to beat it, baby. All right, so you stick your hand. What does this look like? Like, what? Describe it to me.
Yeah, I haven't described my knock yet.
Yeah.
So I reach out with my hand. I actually have to jump up once or twice to finally grab it, but the second time I slap my hand on it. And normally when I touch it, the padlock is what kind of like reverberates this glowing red color until finally like the kinetic energy kind of makes it pop. It's the whole crystal this time. Like every crack, every line, every sharp edge, just you see this red like energy start pulsing through it.
Yeah.
And if it shatters, then it shatters
does.
into a tiny 1,000 pieces.
Mhm.
Almost
That's exactly what happens.
like atomized, boom, gone.
Yep, it's cracks, sort of red glowing cracks form inside of it, and then it shatters, right? And you guys see Big Smile sort of grow out of it and collapse onto the ground, covered head to toe in ice. It's like he's like the end of The Shining, right? He's like covered in ice, and it's like he's been in a blizzard this whole time, and he's shaking and shivering because he's bloodied right now, right? Yeah. All right. But we are out of turn order.
Snar, we need fucking healing.
As thou command, sir, dear. Oh. And he will run up to Big Smile, and he'll cast a Cure Wounds.
Was quite the lick there, boys.
He'll do a second level Cure Wounds.
Guess we learned something.
5 plus 7 healing.
12.
The body heals, the soul endures. Big Smile.
Appreciate that, Sonar.
I'll go over and I will also. I'll pump in like 10 extra HP with my lay on hands.
I'm good, guys. I'm good. Thank you.
They're still getting it. You're still getting 10 HP.
Oh. Oh, sorry, V. I kind of broke your mirror there.
V may or may not have gotten their thing out, so we don't really know. We don't know if V spied on the things or not. It's Schrodinger's mind flayer.
Yeah. I feel like we would have saved the big one for last anyway.
Fair.
I agree.
Oh, I was gonna say let's never do that again, but I guess that's not an issue.
Yeah,
You
I
all right,
think
big guy?
there's any coming back from that, I'm all right. It's just
So
That's
rip
cool.
the mirror.
yeah. Thank you. It's cold in there.
There's a way to fucking die by the stupidest ways possible. You'll find it. I swear, fucking man.
I'm all right, kid. Don't worry. I'm all right.
No.
Oh, I guess we're not screwing on her anymore. Or anybody. I kind
Son-
of pick up one of the shards of glass.
Yeah, Sonar will like put his hand to the wall where the mirror used to be, and he will say in Elvish, "Atheleve no delatel no delathel." Do any of you speak Elvish?
At the moment, yes.
Ah,
Oh.
he said that this relic has been here since before his time, and now it lies destroyed.
Oh, I fucking rolled this week.
Sorry, Sonar.
First Big Smiles house, now this place.
I didn't even really get a look at it either. It just all went to shit pretty quickly. And I don't know if that brings us any closer to what we need to do, but
Well, what now?
Back to Brinchander, head east.
when we gotta go east sooner or later.
I think we gotta rest up here because we've been traveling all day, right?
Yeah, you guys can rest here.
All right, then I guess that's what we'll do.
Yeah, I could use a little sit down.
Or is it like 4 hours to get to Brinchander from here?
It's it's half speed or whatever, half the distance. I don't know why I'm doing this. I have a fucking thing that tells me. Here, let me look up my little travel time thing.
Because the arrows are fun.
Yeah.
The arrows are fun, but I have a good 2.5 is 1, 4.5 is 2, 2.5 is 1. Yeah, 4 hours to get Brinchander.
No, sure, we just push on tonight then. How long did it take? So yeah, it would take us 4 hours to get here.
You would be risking exhaustion, but I'll can just say that you guys can go get back to Brinchander if you want to go tonight. It's up to you guys.
Yeah, if we just get one level and rest.
Yeah, let's do that.
Mhm.
Are any of you suffering from exhaustion right now? Probably not, right? Because you rested and lost.
Check
it.
V. I don't know. She's
Oh,
more likely to be
V
suffering.
did. Yeah, V is suffering. That's right. 'Cause they
I'm
had that
suffering
terrible dream.
exhaustion. I was
Okay.
supposed to have disadvantage on that check.
That's
to break
okay.
the crystal.
That's
Okay.
fine.
I totally forgot that I stayed up all night copying that spell. My
It's
bad.
fine. It's fine. It was really cool. So, plus we like used an inspiration and stuff. It's fine. It's fine. I thought it
I'll
played.
keep an eye on that next
I
time.
thought it played out pretty awesome. So I'm happy.
Yeah, plus it was an attack roll, right?
Yeah.
The knock spell attack.
Yeah.
I'll try to keep an eye on that next time. I always forget. Like I hardly ever deal with exhaustion. So
That was a funny joke to us, but like if we did that in my other group, they wouldn't get it. It's like we're like, mechanics joke, and everybody else is like, what? Okay. You guys can rest here if you want to.
Yeah, now
I'm-
with Avarice there, I feel like fire's under our ass now.
So you want to go
Guess-
then? I can rally if you want to go. Kid, how you feeling? Goodbye.
fucking exhausted.
All right.
But
so,
as
yeah,
long as you're
let's-
the one driving the sled, I can.
Just to make sure, I'm going to divine
Alright.
sense to see if there's like.
Oh,
Aside from, I mean, I know there's undead around here.
Yeah, I
but-
was about to say you send it out and you ping something, and you turn around and it's Sonar.
Oh, what
Who
about
is? Go ahead.
Celestial?
No. No. No.
What about Fiend?
Nope. No. Nothing fiendish.
Okay.
But yeah, you do pick up Sonar, and Sonar's over there like where the mirror was, and he's like praying, like he's like saying an old ancient elvish prayer.
fuck.
I feel like every time she does this too, she kind of just like turns around instinctively and is like, oh, right.
Sonar, right?
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, let's rest if two people are exhausted.
All right.
All right. You can start a rest. Is there anything you guys would like to do or talk about?
I'll go over to Sonara actually.
Sure.
Just be like, I'm sorry about the mirror.
He will say, Salcarcul mento. It is not thou's fault.
I guess this is kind of what is we should expect if we're going to be trying to commune with a goddess, especially one as vile as the Frostmaiden.
I believed that this place was protected by Lady Moonbow, but it appears her power is not as strong as I assumed.
We might have let her in. That's how her power got through. It was hidden and we opened up a door.
We let her in if we decided to scry on her.
They'll
Right?
just kind of let themselves in.
He just basically says that like he's disappointed that Lady Moonbow didn't sort of protect this place from the Frostmaiden. Although from what you guys can tell, Frostmaiden obviously has more power here than she would when she was in a god form. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now that she's here on the fucking material plane, she's got a lot more sway over things.
I think the Frostmaiden has more sway over this land than we could have ever thought. If she's even able to overpower the gods, the elven gods, it spells a lot more danger than we even thought.
It was probably a good idea that we don't go to Kimskral then, is what you're saying. I agree.
Well, I mean, we have to do something about this at some point, right?
I mean, eventually the only population left is going to be what we can sustain off the cauldron.
That's not going to be a lot.
People have warred for less too.
I'll thank the gods for that cauldron at the very least. Sustain people for a little bit longer.
Might be cursed on it soon enough.
Why did I have to say that? Oh,
Well, hopefully the Morning Lord can provide for him.
Unfortunately, in my experience, pessimism and realism are synonyms.
I mean, listen, Quintus, I'm all for saying fuck it and have many times, but I think we got to stay the path at this point.
Yeah, no, I don't mean divert. We're going to get ourselves killed if we do that now.
Yeah.
But hey, maybe a bunch of ancient Etheries magic can help.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's gonna be in that city. That seems like it's all you, Gabar, but
Oh, I'm just thinking of there's a few ways that maybe we can defeat this the fucking Aura without having to maybe go to Grimskull. And one idea that I was thinking, and I know you're all gonna fucking hate it, but we could starve the bitch. She feeds off despair, but if there's no one left to despair,
what do you mean, jettison the town?
No, I'm saying that eventually she's gonna have to relent, right? If she just keeps killing more and more of the people of 10 towns, there'll be no one left.
You let the
But
people
that's-
die?
No, I'm not saying that's what we should do, but I'm saying that she
That's
might
what
have
you
to
were
relent
implying.
eventually. I'm saying that when we went to the Black Cabin, a makeshift mythalar that I put together overnight gave us 10 minutes of sunlight. We find one that the Netherese made, a real mythalar. A powerful mythalar. Might be enough to break her will.
Well, here's the problem. Can't get to the Yithrin without the codicil. V will say.
I don't like your attitude, V.
Sound a little different, B. You're right.
You're
Sore throat.
That's better.
That makes sense.
going to Grimskull's a death sentence. Stealing from the Frostmaidens 2 times that.
All right. Then, what do we maybe team up with the Black Swords, storm Grimskull together, and then backstab them?
I was starting to head down that line of thought. Yes. Or we straight up use them. If they haven't figured out that the Codicil of White's in Grimskull yet, we can tell them where it is. Point them in the
Make
right
an-
direction. Let
make an
them be the
alliance in some
distraction.
way.
An
Did
alliance
the-
that we fully expect to break.
Did those giant ghost kings say that the only way in would be through trials, and the followers, they'd have to be strong enough to get through the trials to get to Grimskull?
To get the codicil.
To get the codicil.
Well, if they're it's powerful that they have the power of a archdevil on their side. They might be able to overcome them trials. We point them in the right direction. Let them get the cortisol. And when they come out battered and bruised, we take it from them.
Sure.
Yeah, but I think we'd need to know more on Grimskull specifically.
I think we got to go to the Lost Spire first. See where the rest are at. See what's down there.
Chaos, we're heading there right now. Or we're heading there next.
It works for me. You're right, though, Gabar. Seems like everyone's got archdevils and gods and this and that on their side. The only thing I ever knew how to fight with was these rights here. Dealing with deities is a long way from what I ever thought we'd be doing.
Don't think we have enough power to fix this.
Yeah.
How do we get that power?
I don't know if we can. I mean, we're meddling in the affairs of gods.
Yeah, that's $1 million question, kid.
Well, there has to be a way. We hope that then we destroy the dragon made of Chardalin. We've
Yeah, that was pretty
saved the
cool.
10 towns at this point.
Even then, that stuff was all man-made.
Still strong as hell.
Illiken, you've been pretty quiet. You all right, kid?
Yeah, Illiken is deep in thought actually, and he'll start off by like muttering a little bit, but say something along the lines of, "Well, I've been thinking about all of your conversations. I know not almost half of the things of which you speak. Yet what I can say is that if there is hope that this land can be returned to the natural cycle, and we are some of the only ones who could restore that, I suppose it is worth at least trying. We may not have the power now, but I see little other hope. The rest of these 10 towners and my people, presumably other peoples in these lands, they keep to themselves, do not concern themselves with these greater issues, you might call it. You people are the first I have discovered who contend with such forces, but not necessarily for your own personal gain. And my curiosity as to why this snowy, desolate land, some might say, is of interest to such powerful deities. I've grown curious as to this land's secret.
It could just be like Rhaegar said. She could just want this place to be part of her collection.
Could it be as simple as that?
Feeds on despair, misery.
God
Sounds like
needs
the
to
kind
make-
of place I would take if I was her.
A god needs to make their mark in order to make a statement. Is that correct? They want to feel powerful over something.
Speaking
Worship.
of power, this fiend Levistus, it also has interest in this place, you know?
Apparently.
Does not
Ouch.
sit right with my instincts.
An archdevil trapped in ice, wanting to take over a realm of ice, or a land of ice, I should say. Isn't really a realm.
It seems reasonable, but to contend with someone as Oro, a conflict of gods, it is beyond my knowing, but as I said, something in my instincts is telling me there's something more we must discover.
Big
I don't know I've
Small's-
ever felt this way before.
Big Small is silent, but his eyes are just fixed on Quintus right now for hashing up Levistus.
What? It's not good.
Alright. Well, it's not good. We're fucked 3 ways this 10-day. What do you say we go to sleep and head to the Spire then?
Oh, to Bryn Shander first and then to Spire.
Yeah, it's probably quicker to take the roads. We can go Bryn Shander, East Way.
We got
Up
pick
to-
up Lynn anyways.
Yeah. Bryn Shander, East Way up to Koenig, and then across from there.
That's it.
Stick to the roads where we can. Otherwise, Milliken and I can get us as close as we can. All right, I'm going to bed.
Cool. Everybody goes to bed?
Yeah.
Cool. Big smile.
Oh no.
As you rest, it's restless. You toss and turn. Not that you're having a bad dream or anything, you just can't get comfortable. It's too cold. And you finally find some respite in deep sleep. And sort of dreamless. But in your rest, you hear a voice. I can see you. Soft, but menacing. As cold and cruel as the winter itself. And you just get a quick flash in your mind that looks something like that. And you wake up in the morning.
Like, go for a quick jog around the temple, like physically trying to like shake the image out of my head that only comes back more viscerally.
Yeah,
every time
it's
I
like
try and
yeah,
shake it.
you like close your eyes and try to shake it, and you like look at a tree, and it looks like something's peering at you from behind the tree. And you're
Yeah.
like, oh no, nothing's there, and that happens like more than once on your run.
All right. Well, keep it under my hat for now.
Yep. All right, where to next, guys?
Back town.
Bryn Shander.
Back to town.
All right, you guys load up the sleds. Do you leave the egg?
Yes.
That was the
Yeah,
plan,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
All right, so you leave the egg in the tomb.
Put in maybe sarcophagus just to be extra safe.
You want to put it in the sarcophagus. Remember the last time somebody put something in the sarcophagus?
Yeah,
Maybe
we
just in
spawned,
that
like it
room.
spawned a banshee.
Oh, you want to put it like in the
Yeah.
in the tomb itself?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Sonar will cast the spell to open the tomb, and you guys can sort of push it into one of that tomb that Ravison was in, and then the door sort of closes back when he moves the moonbeam. And that
Oh,
was-
is there like a little mausoleum in there or something?
yeah,
This is-
so yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
there's the main sort of room where the mirror is that you guys were in, and then there are two separate tombs, one of which you've never explored, but you probably think
Oh.
it's best that you not. And then the other one, and they're behind these stone doors that are locked until the full moon or the half moon. I can't remember which one's which, but Sonar will open it because he knows, and you can sort of get into those back rooms. And yeah, you can just slide the egg in there, no problem, and then just close it back up. So not only does whoever's trying to get it have to get past the sort of protection magic over the place, but they also have to figure out how to open up the tomb.
Yeah. Double like authentication.
Yes,
Two-factor
yeah,
authentication.
two-factor. Yeah.
That's all right. That's all right.
All right. So you guys yeah, okay. So you guys start heading back to Bryn Shander, that's right?
Yeah.
Okay. You head off to Bryn Shander. Takes you 4 hours. You pass a pile of bodies in the snow outside of Bryn Shander as you make your way into town. You were let in.
Yeah, 25th.
Oh. Thank you.
Illican,
Yes.
how you feeling, big dog?
Getting
Oh, yes.
close.
Had a little more trouble sleeping lately.
Yeah, five more days, huh? It's the 30th, right? Yep. 30th is the full moon.
Oh, we don't have a shack to lock you in the middle of the goddamn tundra.
I mean, maybe this could come
Gods.
in handy. We're in that spire with a bunch of God knows what. Maybe the bear is the great neutralizer.
It's not going to be handy when it just goes wandering off looking for a river.
That's true. Well, let's do this quick then.
I love keeping track of the date. I wish I'd done that in all my games. So you guys are in Bryn Shander. What would you like to do?
Get in and get out. Is there anything else we need?
Any last minute supplies? Probably not a whole lot of supplies here.
Anybody else you want to talk to
Oh.
before you don't return to Bryn Shander for a while?
Let me make sure I got the good berry. Yeah, okay.
Do we talk with the speaker?
Do we want to talk to Nerth?
Or Helen?
Yeah, I was going to say Len.
Yeah. I mean, we just talked to the speaker. She's
Well, could
displeased
we-
with us and knows where we're going.
It could be fun to talk to Nerth and be like, hey, I know that you know, but you don't know that I know that you know. Really
I
fuck with him?
have been considering for a while. Maybe I just suggest that he step down from the speakership.
That's only an 8-hour suggestion, right?
Yeah.
So for 8 hours, he's like, I want to resign. And then he wakes up the next day and he's like, okay, I take it all back.
What the fuck?
Well, if he's resigned and someone else steps up, would they be willing to step down?
Or now that we have this, just make him say, why don't you go tell Duvessa about your friends?
He's in league with Jarlaxle?
I will say,
Was in
Quintus, the last time you tried to find Nearth was during
Yeah,
the
I couldn't.
downtime, and you couldn't get access to him. You knew sort of the general area of where he was hanging out, but you couldn't get to him.
Hmm. I mean, we don't have all day for this too. We gotta make tracks, get on the road.
Yeah. We're leaving today.
But pop in to
Helene,
see
we should
Lynn?
definitely talk with.
I agree. That's worth a conversation.
It's got Hlyn and Vlyn, and then
Yep.
hit the wind.
What about Quinn?
All right. So
We
you
gotta
guys
talk with Helene, then Valin until we make like the wind.
There you go.
love it.
That's it. That's it.
There we go.
All right. So you guys. All right. So we're gonna you drop your dogs off outside of town. In the same little spot you've been. You walk into town. And where you guys want to head to Hlynn's house?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. All right, so you walk through the crowded streets of Bryn Shander. It's, midday or so. And it's a little earlier than that. You guys went to bed early, so you woke up earlier. And you go over to Hlynn's house. And as you do, you realize that there is a dwarf, right, on her front porch. He's got, he looks sort of like he's wearing raggedy clothes, and he looks a little worse for wear, probably a refugee. And he just kicks his boots off by the front door and walks in.
He either knows her or is about to get shot.
And he just walks in and closes the door by the time you guys get to the door. So what would you guys like to do?
Wait to hear a crossbow go off, and then a thud,
There's no way that Lynn opened up her house to strangers, is there?
and then knock.
You knock on the door, and there's a little bit of commotion, and a female dwarf opens the door. You don't recognize them. They look tired and hungry, and as the door opens, you could see there's like a crap load of dwarves and halflings living in her house. I'd say 3 or 4 families of 3 or 4, and maybe a couple of singles, couples maybe. There's at least 12 people living in her house right now in the living room. But someone opens the door and is like, "Hey, what can I do for you?"
Hi, is the owner of this residence in here?
Helene? Yeah,
Yeah.
she's in her office.
Yeah, can you tell her some old friends are here?
Well, come in. Get out the cold. And you guys step in, and she goes and gets Helene. And after a couple of minutes, Helene, who looks pretty disheveled, probably not too much worse than usual, but she sort of marches down the stairs, and she motions for you to come upstairs without saying anything. You guys go up. You guys go upstairs. She leads you into the office which you've been in before. She will open the door, let all of you come in without saying a word. Turn around, close the door, lock it with like 3 different locks. She turns around with her arms crossed. "Now you best be telling me you lot found something good in that in there, y'all moot."
It's definitely an experience. But yeah, they told us about this place called Grimskull. Apparently it's the lair of Oral.
Supposedly you would need to pass a few trials if you were to even get into this place, or get through this place in order to see the Frostmaiden herself.
Yeah, it seems she's been banished here to the material.
She's sort of real confused. I don't think that this is anything that she's heard about before, or this is sort of out of her realm of expertise, sort of.
It gets weirder. Would you like to know more?
I knew that you'd be finding something in that there Yarmouth. What else you got?
Well, we had to fight a giant skeleton in order to get in there, so we would have had to found something.
This aura, it comes at night. That's Oro casting a spell over this land, keeping it in the eternal winter.
Hmm.
And this night. Pretty sure it gets worse. It gets worse, right? Yeah. There's no way to end it.
So that's what this is. The Frostmaiden is. Fuck, what happened to her accent? I lost it. I can't remember how it sounds.
Billy
She's not-
Butcher.
Yeah, I know. Give me a second. I gotta practice it. This is the hardest accent I know how to do.
I've never been able to do like a proper dwarven Scottish accent. It's just like it's one of the things I can't do.
I mean, I'm fucking it up right now, so don't worry.
It's like a Welsh accent, technically, right? Yeah, whatever it is, I can't do it either.
You did it fairly well, like it's not Gundren. Oh my god, why can't I think of your fucking last character's name right now?
Drum.
Grydrum, yeah.
Frydrum.
Oh, yeah.
I was just going to Gundren, you
Yeah.
know, for like Gundren Rockseer.
Well, what a
Oh, thank you. I
sound
tried,
like.
but yeah, it's a hard accent to nail.
He was a dwarf as well, or I guess.
Did you guys all do like totally different voices in your previous characters?
Nope.
No, Brennan doesn't do voices. I have to. It's one of my things. I gotta do voices.
Gabar's good.
Our voices were pretty much similar last campaign. I remember.
I can't
Will
figure it
and
out, so I'm just gonna go with what I have, and we'll just roll with it. But basically, she elaborates on the fact that she's like, okay, so what you're telling me is the Frostmaiden is on the material plane, and that she is casting a spell on us. Fucking why?
If anyone else knows,
For nature, it seems like it's like what the embodiment of cruelty. I don't know if it's just like taking out her anger for being banished or whatever.
Oh my god, I remembered a thing that I do for her. It's gone. It's gone.
It's
Okay.
gone forever.
And it's gone.
Helen's gone forever. Because I know she always says I don't be liking trouble, but I can't remember how she says it. If I listen to it one time, I could do it. I'm just gonna do this like half. Yeah, don't be
Trying to remember now.
liking trouble. I'm just gonna. It's close. It's close. We're just gonna sort of go with it, just so don't sweat it too much. This is the hardest one. Like every time, I'm stressed out to do the voice right.
Oh yeah, don't sweat him, man.
Okay. So,
Don't be like trouble.
yeah. So she like basically is like, okay, cool. I'm glad that you guys found out something, right? But she sort of uncrosses her arms and she says, "Now I recently heard about your little wizard friend. I found it.
Yeah, that was it.
That's it.
The Arpel. From what I be gathering, you've gone and found yourself another patron."
Honestly, it kind of seems like we're her patron. She came to us with she needs help.
I heard that she's a hiring you to go out a looking for something. Something possibly to be helping with this near winter.
I mean, that's the long and short of it, yeah.
You plan to journey out with her soon.
Well, me real question is, what's your plan? There's a lot of folk depending on you.
Well, the plan is if we take care of this, they won't need us anymore.
So you think you can end this here winter?
It's the idea.
We're the only ones willing to take such a shot.
She nods. I'm having to say. What do we got here? Hold up.
Oh,
Oh, who is this?
Hey.
Kuro.
You here, Nate?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so
Nice.
they're in a meeting with Helene. We'll cover you when you get back.
All right.
All right. I'm having to say I'm impressed. Ever since I hired you lot, you've been doing nothing but protecting the 10 towns. And now, from what you's telling me, you're trying to end this ending winter. Good on yous.
Not bad for a mangy butt chum, I'd say.
Not bad at all. But to be right truthing with yous, I don't be thinking I can keep yous on the payroll.
No offense, we haven't been on the payroll in a minute.
Well, if there's no gold, then I quit.
Yeah, well, you're fired anyways. And a smirk sort of crawls over her face. After this an attack and the staggering amount of people who be a needing help, I just can't be a funding you no more.
It's not like gold is much good here anymore anyway.
Honestly, I don't really. Honestly, at this point, gold doesn't really matter to me. All that really matters to me right now is the protection of the 10 towns by any means necessary.
Gods really are fucking cruel, aren't they? First time in my life I have a steady job and some gold to burn, and there's nowhere to burn it.
Well, I mean, there's one god that we kind of owe.
Figure of speaking, you know what I was saying.
The gods
I
either
agree.
the gods either work to make your lives more miserable or just don't really respond that much at all.
Hey, speak for yourself, kid.
I mean, my god is a big old earth primordial. I doubt he even knows I exist.
Helen gets a little bashful, which is the first time you guys have ever seen Helen bashful. She sort of like, kicks the floor a little bit. He says, it does make me heart smile that you lot turned out to be just the right folks for the job. I'm more than glad that yous took up me job posting all them 10 days ago.
To
You
be
hear
fair,
that,
Scram
V?
Shacks
We're-
did, Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you hear that, V? We're not such assholes after all.
Now the bad news, no idea how long we'll be gone. Nerth Maxildanar just got his supply of drow broken off, so he's going to be scrambling.
Good to know.
Be on the lookout.
They are searching for something, but their scouts found something in the north. Don't know what. If you hear any rumors about drow in any of the...
Other than the ones we've encountered, I haven't heard anything.
They really do work well in the shadows. Maybe if you could
find a way to put the pressure on Exildinar? He might be able to spill the beans what they was after.
When I first got here, I wanted to keep me nose out of others' business. But it seems once you're in the game, you stay in for life. I reckon I might be able to pull some strings, make some moves. And hey, maybe the next time I see you, I might be a speaker myself.
That'd be a sight.
She grumbles.
If you
And
do,
I-
be careful. We do have it on good authority that Lupin might have Matthews.
I figured as such. I didn't much trust this Lupin ever since I first laid me eyes on him.
Oh, have we
I think
mentioned
both.
that Max Siltoner is like a leader of an arm of the Zentarum?
I feel like you would have told her that, yeah.
I feel like we just found that out recently.
Yeah.
Like before we suspected he might have hired the Xantirum.
It was right before we left for Karkalak we found out from Alavesa.
But you had a meeting with
Yeah, we
Flynn
met
did,
with Flynn
okay.
immediately
about
after.
Yarmoot, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Hold on, is Max Holinar like still part of the Zents, or is it like he was working with the Zents, like with Jarlaxle?
Oh no, he is a Zed.
Okay.
He's a leader, like of
Yeah.
a sect of the Zent.
You know, Jarlaxle isn't a Zent, he's something else. But
Okay, so
Friggin'
Jarlaxle
Dareth.
is the one who's not the Zents. Okay.
Right. Right. There's sort of two factions that decided to team up to sort of take out Big Smile. Like really
Sure.
really Gabar's like bonus. They really wanted Big Smile. So they teamed up, but it seems like now the teams are sort of going their separate ways.
Yeah, sorry again, lads.
We all got our skeletons in the closet. Side eyes, Quintus. Is there anything else you want to talk to Helene about? I have one more thing, but like, do you guys have something you want to tell her? Okay.
Just be careful nobody else tries to stab you in the back. Like what happened to Mashia.
I got eyes in the back of me head.
That's good.
Sapphira just literally baffled by that medical marvel.
Yeah, she's
Wow.
just like,
That's amazing.
oh, that's actually, I mean, like, I actually didn't know. I didn't even see them.
It's a metaphor. Never mind. Well, if I don't be seeing yous again, I wish you lot all the might of Moradin's hammer, the peace of Baranor, the insight of Dugmarin, and the luck of Vergadine. Safe travels. And I do be hoping I see you again.
Likewise. Good luck out here.
She nods. Are you guys ready to leave, quote unquote? I still have one more thing, but like you guys start to exit and slyly, with the stealth score of a bajillion, she will sort of tug on Quintus's arm and sort of pull him aside as you guys are like exiting. I be knowing that you seen some things in your life that you can't unsee. I know that yous is troubled, highborn. If I don't be seizing you again, I want yous to have something. And she'll sort of turn over to her desk and sort of unlock a drawer in the desk and slide it open. And as she's doing that, she'll say, "This was given to me by me old mentor, and they belonged to his mentor before him. I want you to have them." And she pulls out a pair of boots. They're fairly nice. They have this sort of smooth brown leather, but the bottom of the soles are sort of trimmed out in this sort of metal around the bottom, right? And on the base of the boots, they're like these arcane symbols. And she'll sort of hand them to you.
Yeah. Really know what to say.
Back in the day, these in here boots got me in and out of a lot of trouble. And she sort of, you can see a bit of reminiscing on her, in her, her eyes get that sort of misty, sort of back in the day, a smirk kind of curls on her face. And she says, "I'd be wanting you to have them. No need for thanks. And if you do survive all this, do all lend a favor of passing them on to some young fella or lass when yous be getting too old to use them."
I got some in mind. But this doesn't make us square. I still owe you.
You've done paid your debts to me, highborn.
Just like a solemn nod and head out.
I wish the best to yous, Master Kalon Cordova. And she sort of sticks like half-heartedly sticks her arm out as if she wants to give you a hug.
Yeah, it's a very awkward, like, side hug.
So fucking awkward. Oh my god. It's so awkward because she's like not the kind to like show emotion, right? So she's just sort of like, here's a hug. Get out of here.
Hopping out of the house with one boot on.
Sure. Yeah, so you start putting the boots on as you're leaving out the house. And you guys exit. Head on to your next thing. All right. Do you want to sort of focus on the boots and see what's up with them?
Yeah, I'll do that. Break them in as we're walking.
Fucking perfect. So they were sized for like a dwarf, so they're wider and smaller than your own feet. But once you put them on, they conform to your feet. And you get, these are pretty cool, man. I'm excited for you to have them. Find them. The blink back boots.
Oh shit.
Blink back. Just from the name, I'm thinking like you pick a spot and you can teleport back to that spot.
That's exactly what they
Yeah.
do.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, it's like a
appreciate
reverse.
the
alliteration.
Yeah, it's cool. It's like a reverse dimension door.
Yeah, I've seen this done in video games before. Like when in a video game where you can like explore an open environment, like having an ability like that's really
Yeah, and that'll be perfect when I actually have dimension door, so I can just mark the spot, go somewhere, and then come right back
Come
without
back.
expanding into the spell slot.
Sure.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
a
literally.
really cool magic item.
It's super cool.
Sweet.
And if you put it on something that's moving, you just teleport back to the thing that's moving. So like in my, for some reason, I don't know why, in my head I'm seeing a giant turtle. If there's just like a giant turtle sort of wandering through the, I don't know why, but like if you mark the shell of the giant turtle and then go away, you can fucking teleport back as long as it's what, 500 feet or whatever the thing is. Yeah, 500 feet. So pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Those are Helen's old boots.
Cool.
Those are-
'Cause she's a
Wait,
rogue.
is there a spell description? Can you read it out? Like,
Yeah, it's
Long.
basically exactly how we described it. You mark a spot with a bonus action on your turn, and then you can leave that spot, and you have to use, is it another bonus action or an action? An
It's
action.
an action.
You can use an action to teleport back to that spot that was marked.
sweet. That's pretty
Mhm.
sick.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it has three It has three
Is there a
charges.
time limit?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, it's just
Yeah, as long as you're within 500 feet of it.
If there's no time limit, that is absolutely cracked. We got to make good use of it.
Yeah, there's no time limit.
yeah, but I assume once you teleport to that spot, the mark goes away.
It's a good
Ah,
question.
Yes, remains until used.
there you
Okay,
go.
I see.
And then you get 3 like uses per day or
Per
something.
day. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to
That's
roll
fair.
a d3 to see how many I recharge on a day.
Yeah, so that last
Cool.
one you'd only ever use in a dire situation.
All right.
Kira,
got-
how would you roll a 1d3 if we were playing in person?
D6.
D6.
D6
yeah.
divided by 2, yeah.
Well, it's 1 and 2 is
1, 2.
1. 2 and
Right,
3
yeah,
is
yeah. That's how it works in like Warcraft.
Warhammer. Yeah, exactly.
Warhammer.
Yeah. But yeah, all right. Cool beans.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Dude,
very
just take a 2-dimensional triangle and roll it, and stand it up for this.
cool.
My mind just exploded.
All right, so where's the next place you guys want to head?
We gotta pick up Valen and
Pick up Flynn.
head out.
Go check the taverns, right?
Yeah, you guys search around for the villain. It takes about an hour until you finally find. You see her kobolds before you see her. Well, kobolds, quote unquote. The 3 kobolds in a trench coat. Did I ever show you guys the handout for that?
Yeah.
I think you did.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay. The 3 kobolds in a trench coat handout.
Also,
Oh,
when Icewind Dale dropped, like that piece of
That-
artwork was everywhere.
Iconic. Yeah, it's part of the whole thing. Okay, so yeah, you guys meet back up with Helen or Valen, excuse me, and she will say, "Is business handled?"
Ready to go when you are.
I've been ready to go, darling.
Waiting on you.
Let's go. She says, like,
Yeah.
super ready. Fucking hell! All right, so you guys want to head out of town? Like, that's it.
Let's do it.
All right, you
Sure.
guys walk through Bryn Who knows when you'll be back?
If ever.
If ever. I mean, you might be back, but we don't know. So you guys walk through the crowded place, and you pass by some of the familiar sort of buildings that you've been to before. The town hall, that little shop or whatever, where the glassblower shop where the murder first happened.
Oh yeah.
Just sort of the Black Iron Blades, just pass by all these places that you've been to before in the beginnings of your adventures when you were little baby adventurers. And you head out of the town and make your way to the dog sleds, and each of you sort of gives one last look to the hill with the town resting atop it. And you load up on the sleds and head off. And we're going to take a break.
All right.
I have to piss like a Russian racehorse.
Sounds good.
See you guys in a minute.
Nate, are you here? We could start filling you in on stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, so we got to the tomb, closed up the egg, and then started scrying. Naslantamir didn't work. Vlin's apprentice. Avarice is in a tent studying some very ancient books. And a map of a city. Warwar, I can only assume just outside of that tent. He was unarmed. He's now a hexblade of Levistus. And yeah, he's quote blessed by the frozen prince, but he's obviously way in over his head. And Nerth
As all good warlocks are, though.
Yes, true.
Warwar is the kid.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What's
Is-
going on? Is Quintus explaining this to Valen, or
Brendan
no.
is explaining it to
Maiden.
Nate.
we're reviewing?
We're,
Yes,
we're reviewing for Nate.
yes.
Yeah, no, I'm not telling her this shit.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
maybe so.
And Jarlaxle has broken off his working with the Zentarum, so Maxil Dinar is left holding the bag, and like all of his Drow
Say that
mercenaries are
again.
gone.
Who was that?
Jarlaxle stopped
Maxil
providing Drow mercenaries to the Zentarum.
Yeah, they're sort of breaking up.
Okay, cool.
And then we just talked to Flynn, and you didn't miss much of that.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Were there charges left on
Oh.
the mirror?
Yeah,
You talked about
no.
the thing that happened with Big Smile, right?
Yeah, I fucking skipped over the big thing. Mirror fucking exploded, trapped Big Smile inside of a crystal, and we had to break him out of it.
Yeah, because they
We
tried
tried
to.
scrying an oral and then the mirror broke.
Yeah,
Wait,
because
what?
that was a good idea.
Oh shit!
Yep. They tried to
shit.
scry on the Frostmaiden. The Frostmaiden basically like retaliated.
Yeah.
And destroyed the mirror.
Yep, destroyed the mirror and locked Big Smile
Damn!
inside of a crystal, and then like was trying to kill him.
Yeah, it was like 4 rounds before he freezes to death.
Holy shit!
Yep.
Yeah, on a saving throw he physically couldn't make.
Yeah, it was a DC
Oh,
21 saving throw.
Did he get a nat 20
Oh
or?
man, I gotta watch that.
No, Gabar broke him out.
Okay. No, I was going to say, like, did he get a nat 20 on the roll, the first roll?
No, he got a 19. It was close, but
Wow.
yeah,
that's
even if he
great.
got a nat 20, still been
Yeah.
one short.
Right, because
yeah.
Big Smile has a +0 to his saving throw.
Okay, yeah.
Damn.
Gotcha.
So where was the crystal?
The crystal that locked Big Smile inside of it,
Yeah.
it sort of came out of the mirror, kind of.
Well,
It
it's
was
like
The
made
mirror,
up of the
the mirror
shards of
exploded.
glass.
And
The-
yeah.
the mirror exploded. The shards were suspended in air, and then they like reformed into this crystal. That's
So
what
Big
I got.
Smile was the one that tried to scry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang.
We did have one charge where we have a
Right.
scene where V scried on something, or maybe
Maybe.
didn't.
Right.
So
We saved
okay,
one
cool.
charge if V wanted to scry on something
Yeah,
when you're
that's
back
exactly what I was. That's exactly what I was asking.
in. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, we have a Schrodinger scry so that if you wanted to, you could use it when you're like able to.
Oh, it's so thoughtful.
Are you on your way back? Are you on your way home?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we'll wait for you to do the scry when you're like here and everything.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're just waiting on Chris. But I'll reiterate it when Chris gets back. But me and Brendan talked over the week, and because I don't like the way we've been handling travel so far, and also you guys have basically faced all the random encounters that are any good. If I keep rolling, well, Chris just came back. Okay, so I want to change the way that we do travel. Like I just said, we've basically faced all of the interesting random encounters. The reason that I like Tomb of Annihilation is because you rolled a D100 to see what encounter you got. For this game, it's a D8. So it's like the encounters, we're basically faced all the interesting things that you can face. I mean, there's more, but for right now, that's it. And all of them are like combat based and stuff like that. So me and Brendan sort of worked it out how we're going to sort of change the way we do overland travel. I'm not going to do it on the roads because the roads are generally safe. But when we're doing like that real overland travel, I've come up with a new system. Me and Brendan did. So I want to talk to you guys about my new system of handling it. Let me look at our messages here. Okay, so okay, so I have in the book a way to see how many encounters you get in a day, if you get any at all, right? I'm still going to roll that every day that we travel. However, the way that I handle the whether or not you get encounters is going to be vastly different. So let's say, so how I'm going to do it, I'm going to give you the order of operations, right? First thing I'm going to do is roll if you get encounters or not, right? If you do, then the next thing I will do is roll on my little table that I have of what the nature of the encounter, right? What kind of encounter it is. I have a list here. There is lost, equipment, weather, environment, and combat. There's 5 different kinds, and they have their own weight, right? Like how often they'll come up. And I roll the nature of the encounters. The next thing that happens is once I tell you guys what the nature of the encounters are, and you guys tell me what happens. You guys get to come up with what the nature of the encounter is. Unless if we get, so like, let's say you roll environment, right? Well, that's not weather. So you guys get to come up with amongst yourselves how that slows down your day of travel, right? And once you sort of establish what happens, like let's say there's a fucking a crevasse or something that you have to cross or whatever, right? We're gonna do a skill challenge. Same sort of way that we handle like the avalanche, right? Where the top contenders sort of say, I want to roll blah 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 to get over this, or I want to cast such and such spell, or whatever, and we're gonna roll skill checks. If you roll 3, you want to get 3 successes before you get 3 failures. If you get 3 successes, you overcome the encounter, and we'll sort of narratively just sort of blah 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 blah. You get over it, right? If you fail, you lose a day of travel. I have. What did I decide about the exhaustion thing? I said I didn't want to do that, right?
Yeah, what exactly we ended on?
Yeah, I can't remember what we did for that either, but I remember we mentioned that. No, I think it's just you just lose a day of travel. There's no exhaustion, right? You're not going to get exhaustion from traveling overland. You're going to lose a day of travel.
Yeah, the exhaustion thing was the idea
If you wanted to
we could,
succeed.
yeah,
but I
we
didn't
could
want
not lose the travel and just take an exhaustion.
That's right. Okay, so if you get 3 failures on your encounter, you lose the day of travel, or you can all take a level of exhaustion and overcome it. So if you're like chasing down the Knights of the Black Sword or whatever, and you're like on their tail, and you get a random encounter and you all fail, you could be like, okay, level of exhaustion for everyone. Let's keep going, right? So you don't lose that day of travel. Does the system make sense so far?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
All right. Very cool.
Yeah, like as players, we just got to worry about the skill challenge, really.
Right. And sort of making it up, right?
Yeah.
Like I'll help. I'm gonna be here to help,
Yeah.
right? But like you guys, I don't really give a fuck. Even if you rolled combat, there will only be like if any more encounters that you guys face that I want you to face will be Matt Mercer style. I want you to face these encounters, right? So it will be separate from the overland travel thing. You can't just handle it with a skill challenge. But like anytime I roll combat, it could just be like a fucking Yeti or some ice methods or something, a wolf or whatever, and you guys just skill challenge your way out of it. But if I want you to face something, it will be outside of our overland travel system. Does that make sense? So I still have a little bit of agency to control sort of what's happening in the world and stuff like that. And I mean, if you roll in combat for that day, I could just be like, okay, here's the combat encounter. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, if it's like a one combat encounter in an entire day of otherwise mundane travel, then I think it makes sense to just skip over it. Yeah, if it's not something that
Right.
stands out.
Who fucking you're gonna beat its ass, whatever it is, it's gonna get its ass whooped. So it's
Oh,
fine.
we're gonna fight 5 rats.
Yeah,
you know?
the last time there was those winter wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys stomped on those guys. It wasn't even funny. It wasn't even scary for a second. It was just interesting. So that's how we're gonna handle overland travel from here on out. Long days worth of travel that we're just gonna skill challenge our way through it so that we can sort of stick to the fun, good stuff. Because this game isn't built like Tomb of Annihilation where every hex is something interesting. Right, this is just a big fucking wasteland of nothingness. Let's get to the points of light, right?
Mhm.
Okay, very cool. All right, so now we need to know how long it's going to take you guys to get to Care Koenig. We got 4.5 divided by 2. What is that?
Are you want to look at your chart?
Yeah, 2.25. So let's just say 2 hours. So 2 hours. Then 6 is 3 hours. 5. And then 1 hour, 6 hours. So it's going to take you 6 hours on the road to get to Care Koenig. You guys ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. You guys head off. Is anybody other than the kobolds riding with Valin? Probably not. You're going to stick to your same sort of marching order in the things. Okay, perfect. All right, well, you guys leave, and it's basically the end of the day because you traveled here in the morning. You traveled to Care Koenig. Your day's over. So let's move you guys over to Care Koenig. Actually, when you guys past Care Denival, you can see why there was no survivors. The place is a ruin. It's just real bad. But the castle, the Care itself, stands untouched, as if the dragon avoided it altogether.
That's an interesting kind of note.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the meat hall too. I mean, Zardarok didn't want the whole place ruined. He was going to move in.
Seems that way. But you guys drive right through Care Denival and make your way to Care Koenig. Now, Care Koenig didn't get hit as hard as some of the other 10 towns. It's pretty demolished though, but there's some buildings still standing, and you can see the charred fucking that blast through. You can see the crumbled ruins of the Northern Light, the inn that you guys stayed in that one time. But basically, you can make your way to Care Koenig, and that is the end of your day.
It's just like set up in the ruins of the old Care.
You can. You guys have to shoo off an axe beak. That's sort of living in the ruins of the Care. But you encounter an axe beak. Is there anything you guys want to do about that?
Will that be
Is it Ranger?
No.
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 Ranger went off with the Thun Laka guy.
I just like slam my.
I don't know if he
axe
like
against- I slam my
Same
axe
thing.
against the shield, just like
Yeah,
get out of here. Get out of here.
or whatever noise it makes, and runs off. But you guys set up in the ruins of the old Care. Valin, as you guys are sitting around the campfire or whatever, Valin will sort of begin to question you. So, now that it's been handled, what was the circumstances surrounding this egg?
Well, you can't get into the place, so I suppose no harm in telling you a little bit. It's real bad. Shouldn't go near it. Psychic
Because?
stuff.
I am
Maybe extraterrestrial.
what did you say? Extraterrestrial?
Yeah.
I think that would just pique her interest even more.
Yeah, fascinating.
Wait, what?
Where did you put this item?
Don't worry about it. You can't really find it anyway.
If I can't find it, there's no harm in telling me.
It's in an old tomb.
An old tomb, you say?
There aren't too many around, so someone with your resources should be able to figure it out if you're really determined.
I appreciate your faith in me.
How interested in this does she seem? Can I do like an insight check?
No, it's very obvious that she is interested in this. But you also get the sense that she's pretty interested in a lot of magical stuff. That's sort of her whole gimmick. Is she's like the lady that likes magic items.
From one wizard to another, some things are just better left alone. This be one of those things?
I feel I disagree.
I'll throw you a bone.
Things of great power should be
The only power
studied.
this thing has is to be destroyed. To destroy.
I agree.
There's really nothing good that could come out of using this thing.
No,
It's a box
not-
full of cursed items.
it's a ticking bomb. Something like that should be destroyed, but like in a safe way.
I understand. I feel as though some of you still have little trust in me. Believe me, I may practice necromancy, but I am not evil.
I mean, listen, I want to trust you. Absolutely, I do. But like, you should be a little bit more like upfront with what you want to do with some of these things.
All my cards are on the table, dear.
I mean, if you're gonna say something like, "Where is it? I want to see it," you should probably like let us know what you want to do with it at first. You know?
All my intentions are laid bare. I am a member of the Arcane Brotherhood. I was sent here by my masters to locate a ancient Netherese city trapped underneath the Ragged Glacier.
It's not the necromancy that bothers us really as much as the Arcane Brotherhood part.
That
I mean,
bothers
the
us.
necromancy bothers me a little, but that's besides the point.
Why, what's wrong with necromancy?
I don't know. Every time, I mean,
Look at
Yeah,
Sonar.
Sonar sort of looks disappointed. He kicks the dirt a little bit in the air.
Not with you, Sonar. Oh man, I'm making this really awkward. I'm just gonna shut up for the rest of this conversation.
Bolin will say, I may have ties to the Brotherhood, but I mostly wish to prove myself. Not just to the Brotherhood, or to my family for that matter, but to myself. I only recently, half a decade ago, got into magic. And now look at me.
The Brotherhood does reward ambition, that's for fucking sure.
The things that we could find in this ancient city would change the face of the world forever. This isn't your magical sword locked in a sarcophagus. We're talking about magic of which the world hasn't seen for 2,000 years. A whole civilization of mages and sorcerers of immense power.
Why aren't they still here with us?
Oh, she says a word that means like too ambitious.
Hubris.
Hubris. That's
Hubris.
exactly the word she says.
Let us not have too much hubris ourselves then.
I mean, you can't honestly believe it was just arrogant people who happened to get powerful magic. No, the power made them arrogant. And it'll do the same to any of us.
I am just
They
interested.
did.
Go ahead.
They did kill a god for a moment. But they did.
If I recall, history remembers it as one of the dumbest moves ever.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with you. It was a fucking stupid move, but he tried to ascend himself. But to kill a god, that's no small feat.
Honestly, it's more like manslaughter from the way I hear it.
It ended in, genocide, but, whatever. I'm just saying.
Everything in moderation.
You say that now until you get your hands on it and become a glutton.
You misjudge me.
We say that, but we haven't really seen you to a point where we could mistrust you.
Call
Well?
it hedging our bets.
Well, we are headed somewhere soon. Let's see. You have shown your worth to me. Perhaps I can show my worth to you.
I would like to see your worth.
I did help you
I just want to
destroy a giant metal dragon, but
I mean, that was pretty good, you know?
yeah, and she fucking rescued your asses from the goddamn sunblight so you could catch up.
That's true, yeah.
To be fair, she had been fairly forthright.
Fuck
She
yeah,
has been.
totally. I mean, just because her alignment's kind of iffy, it doesn't mean that she's not like straightforward with you guys, you know?
I mean, it's weird because like she's helped us out, but she's also been like super vague about like most things.
Well, now she's being straightforward. It's just she didn't want to sort of lay her cards to bear until she knew that you guys were sort of up to par.
Gotcha.
Here, if you feel bad about leaving this conversation empty-handed, we did find something in Karkalok that may interest you. Construct older than, I don't know,
We
thousands
place
of
it.
years old.
We place it to be a probable Netherese origin.
Active.
No, inert.
Hmm.
They were actually using it as a puppet. Made it dance.
Goblins are strange creatures. And then her kobolds like trip over each other and almost land in the fire.
To be fair, it was actually a gnome that made it a puppet. But I digress.
We start our travel towards the lost Netherese Spire and on the morrow.
And how long until we're there?
Let's see. Yeah, what do we got? How many?
12.4 is what I'm clocking.
So 12 hours.
12 hours. 2 days travel.
2 days, yeah.
Where that river's totally frozen.
And not a crab underneath it. Again.
Yeah, the river's almost perfectly halfway, actually.
All right. Is there anything else that you guys would like to talk about? Alrighty. You guys get your long rest for the night.
Let's get rid of those dookie ports.
You got a 2. That was pretty good.
That 2 was, yeah, but it's like, I kind of want to start rolling high on my portents so that I can start getting some good save stuff in there. I always roll low.
All right, so you guys wake up in the morning. Let's see if you guys have any random encounters. Pull up that chart.
Yeah, I'll test out my new boots just in case I go flying off the sled for some reason. I'll
You mark
mark the sled that I'm riding on.
fucking so cool.
Is marking it the expended charge, or is it using it as the expended charge? Or can you just like mark whatever the hell
you can
want?
mark whatever the hell you want. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
That's
Yeah.
so fucking OP. That's
Yeah.
insane. That's so good.
Yeah, well, you know, fucking Abe had this badass sword.
No, I'm not saying. I mean, I said OP. It's like it's really good, is what I
Good,
meant. Not like
yeah, it is
ridiculously
good.
OP.
No, yeah, no. I got you. Okay, let me. I got distracted here. Let me pull up my things here.
I mean, you
More
can just
bonus
like
actions
walk
for
like
me.
every 5 feet, click click.
Yeah, I mean technically yes. Okay, so wait, what the fuck? Maybe it's under wilderness encounters. Yeah, here we go. Okay, all right. Let me roll. Okay. You guys get one encounter in the morning from dawn to noon. I'm going to roll to see what kind of encounter it is. What is it? A D10? All right. It's an equipment problem.
Oh fuck.
So, what is the problem? What's wrong with your equipment? That could be food or the sleds, or you need to dismount to walk across a icy lake or whatever. What is the equipment problem? You're muted, Joe.
Thank you. Maybe there's like fairly heavy snow in the night, and like one of the tents is not looking so good, and it kind of like caves in overnight.
Oh, no, not another tent. No.
All right, perfect.
The tents, no.
All right. So yeah, let's say that happened. So what in the middle of the night, Big Smile's tent again. Okay, actually, you don't have to be in a tent. You know why? Because
Tiny hut.
Boleyn will fucking cast her tiny hut, and you guys will be inside of her little house. But you're on the right track. I like it.
Yeah, so maybe like there was snow still fell and covered up a big old rock that we ride over and it shatters the underside of a sled.
Perfect. How do you guys want to handle that?
Does anyone have mend?
Pretty sure V does.
I do, but it might take a moment.
Okay. Is there any way that anyone else wants to help? Maybe somebody lifts it up.
I was gonna say, maybe me and Illican can prop it up if that helps at all.
We can do some lifting.
Yeah, I was gonna help set that up as well.
Okay. Why don't we get V? Why don't you make some sort of Arcana or whatever psionic check, whatever you want to make for that? And just so, because this is to test and see if you guys like don't lose a day of travel. I'll say that whoever's stronger between Illican and Big Smile can make an advantage athletics check, and I need a third check.
Go ahead, Illican. I'm actually not too strong. I'm just big.
Maybe some sort of investigation or something to try to like, or survival.
Could I
something.
help
Oh,
with
yeah.
the athletics check actually?
Yeah,
Either way, yeah.
I'll do a perception to find the missing pieces so V can mend them back into place.
Oh wow! So Illican actually got 2 successes, so we only need 1 more. V, go ahead. And, are you set up yet?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, I think the DC is 10, so you're good. You guys fix it up, no problem, on your first day of travel. But it does sort of slow you down a little bit. But by the end of the day, let's see where you guys end up. So you follow the river, and you can cross the river. Fucking hell, you can make it right there. By the end of the day. Kaboom. All right. You guys bed down for the night. Is there anything else you want to take care of? Oh, let's do V's vision or V's scrying. So yeah, we can handle that real quick. So we cut back, right? we do it in post.
Hey, remember the time we were scrying the other night?
Hey, V, what did you see in that mirror, by the way, before
All right,
Y'all don't remember?
So V, okay, so you step up to we're back in the fucking place.
Yes.
The mirror isn't shattered, all that stuff. You step. Good.
Sorry, I'm figuring out the date. Keep going.
Oh yeah, thank you. So we were back in the not Lost Spire. We're back in the Elven Tomb, and you sort of stick your hand on the mirror. What do you want to do?
So scrying. I can scry on a creature that I've seen before.
Correct.
even if I don't particularly remember seeing this creature.
I mean, you've seen them in your vision several times at this point.
yes. So I would like to try to scry on this creature, hooded creature that appears
Okay.
within my vision.
Okay.
Would he
Okay,
cast
so-
tongues on V too, just in case?
So you want to scry on not a mind flare, but whatever this other thing was.
I don't know what it is.
You don't know what it is.
But I would like to scry on it.
I will pull
Because
up
I
a
do
stat.
not know what it is.
I will pull up a stat block for you. Let me do that. This guy's gonna have a decent bonus to his
Yeah.
save because you barely know this guy. What are they called again? Oh my god.
I haven't met them in person, I guess.
You didn't meet him really.
Okay.
I'll say they don't get a bonus to their save. It's just a flat roll. All right, I have to make sure that this is silenced. Yeah, because if you guys see the name of this thing, you'll definitely know what it is. All right.
I mean, your description was good enough that I have an idea.
Yeah, of course, everybody does. All right, so well, maybe Geo and Chris don't. So we will make the save. It's to the GM. I hope it doesn't flop up, please. Okay, good. Oh, it succeeds.
Damn. All right.
Yep.
Well, that was my only chance at that.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
Oh yeah, that's why you didn't mention anything after you stopped scrying.
Right.
Damn, that was your chance for that forever. It just beat it too. I got a 17 instead of a 16. Or I guess a 16 would have beat it too, but
Sorry, B.
you never told us. And then we cut back. You never told us about what you saw in the mirror.
Well, you know, I tried, but I guess whatever I was looking for was stronger than I thought.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Good.
Say that twice.
All right. Is there anything else you guys want to do tonight?
Maybe it's for the best it didn't work. Every time we try to scry on powerful fucking creatures, someone gets fucking hurt.
It's true. It's true.
I would like to copy a spell into my spell book.
Yeah, you got time.
And that spell will be Fireball.
Yo.
Uh-oh.
Actually, that one's pretty big, right? That's going to be a 3-hour copy for you, right?
How much time is it? Do
you
we
use
have
your
3
8
hours?
hours. I'll give you one check for exhaustion.
Right, the day before we get to the Lost Spire? Fuck no. Okay, I might do something. Oh, if I'm risking exhaustion the day before we get to the Spire, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
Is it like
I
really
will-
late?
I'll give you 2 hours that you can so if you want to do a
Okay.
second level or lower or whatever.
Ooh, it's even
But-
worse than that.
But don't your divination spells like cost half the time too?
Yeah, but I'm looking
If
at
you have, like,
Zan's spellbook, and there's not a. I don't really think there's any.
You also
Good
have so you have Zans and don't you have
Yeah, I'm kind of done with asterisks.
asterisks?
Yeah, I looked through asterisks as well. There wasn't a whole lot. I mean, the only one that like really at this point might be Tensor's floating disk. That was interesting to me.
It's up to you. You have 2 hours where you can copy one down, but you only have 4 sheets of parchment at this point.
Wouldn't
There's
be
like
able
4
to
more spells.
rip pages out of Asterisk's book and use them as spell scrolls, would we?
I'll allow like a really hard Arcana check to like make that.
I mean, if that's the case, I'll just oof. Can I rip out
Try and help you with it.
Well, I was gonna say I'll rip if that's the case, I'll just rip out comprehend languages and detect magic and stuff them away. And I'll hand the rest of the spell book to Quintus.
Okay, so basically you're trying to like use those as spell scrolls, and they'll
Can I?
sit. You got to make a check.
I wasn't going to use them. I was going to pass them off to my little wizard apprentice to study.
Oh, okay. So you're just keeping them.
just keeping him to like so that he has something to study for spells.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, you can do
And
that.
the rest I can give to like Quinn to be like, you might find some use for this. That I'm done with it.
If you can make it like, burnable. I don't know what the word is. Like castable from this.
Like you just. I don't know. I mean, can you use spell scrolls?
Yeah, but but they got to be like empowered already. Can't just pull it off the page like you do.
Don't know how to do that.
Gabar's a wizard of what is it? Like not normal sort of way of doing
I'm
things.
I might be smart, but I'm bad. Like I'm like I don't have the patience to like really put the practice in. So it's like I'm hasty.
Honestly,
unconventional.
Unconventional, yeah. So I think that if you want to try to rip out and carefully sort of incant the phrases and stuff and to see if you can make your own little spell scroll that's already been copied out for one of the spells in the book, you can give it to Quintus. One for tonight. You guys want to try it?
I will try it. Is there any particular spell that you'd like?
Yeah, I don't even know
Scorching
what's
Ray,
in the
Clouded
book.
Daggers, Alter Self. Those are the good ones. Expedition Retreat, Shield. I'm thinking Clouded Daggers for Alter Self could be fun.
I don't think any of those are on the bard list.
Scorching Ray.
Yeah, but don't you get other wizard spells because you're whatever?
Well, yeah, I have magical secrets, but
Yeah, that means you get to pick wizard spells, right?
I took magic missile and fly, so those are bard spells for me.
Okay, but you have access to it. You can use this.
Okay.
You're a bard wizard.
Okay, so what was it? Alter Self, Expeditious Retreat, Scorching Ray.
Expedition Retreat, Scorching Ray, Clouded Dagger, Suggestion. You already have Suggestion. Tensor's Floating Disc. Shield. I'm trying to keep the other ones for me. That's an apprentice, but
I'll take what is it? Scorching Ray.
Okay. All right. So you guys are gonna Gabar's gonna lean over it and sort of try to incant the phrases of the thing and try to empower the spell while it's being removed to see if you can just create your own fucking. And Valena is loving this. Valena is like so hoity-toity and uptight about everything. She's like, let me see you guys try this shit.
Yeah, Quintus with the dagger, very carefully trying to get the page out
Yeah,
while
yeah.
Gabar's casting the spell.
Yeah. So I'm gonna need an Arcana check. But you have advantage.
Please don't make this blow up in our face. I'll throw you a
and your
D8 as well.
D8. Yeah, I figured as much. All right, so Arcana check plus a D8.
advantage. I mean, Arcana is one of the things I'm good at.
You
25.
succeed. You fucking succeed. As you guys are slowly, and as this is happening, you guys are like doing this, and Valen was all hoity-toity, fucking uptight about it. But as it's working, she's like, "Oh, you got to be fucking kidding me!" But you guys fucking pull it off. You do it. You have a spell scroll created from a torn page from a spell book.
Yeah, I didn't think that actually work.
Fuck. I pretty sure I beat this bard from the Brotherhood for what I just did.
Yeah, you just graduated.
Make a device.
That was.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say that was Scorching Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might wanna take that off the description of Asterix's spell book in case we try this shenanigans again. Because that page is destroyed.
We'll all remember.
All right.
All right. Anything else you guys want to do tonight?
Yeah, Illikin will actually go up to Valen after this kind of happens and everyone settles down. And he'll just say something to her like, Valen, I don't think we have talked personally much. I must ask you, where do you see yourself at the end of this? Say that you reach most, if not all of your current goals. What then?
Well, I hope to be remembered. What I do after this, I'm not sure. I may return to the Brotherhood, or I may strike out on my own. I've always wanted a tower. But I just want to be remembered. Everyone in my family has something going for them. Harpels are well known throughout the realms as a magical family, each one more powerful than the next, and I grew up without the gift. I grew up without the gift. Didn't find it until later in my life. I hope that I will be remembered for my findings. Our findings.
I hope to be remembered as well, but in a different way than you, I suppose.
And how
I
is
think
that?
because I think that you will be remembered in writing. If you reach these goals, that is. I simply want to be remembered through the lineage of my clans, and I thought I was ambitious.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. I am hoping that we will soon speak with your clans. They may know something, they may know important information. Perhaps where to find this island of Solstice I've heard about.
Very well. If you prove yourself to be a true friend, then I wish the same for your goals. But the power you seek, it reaches beyond your own soul so far. I hope that you find a stable path.
We will see.
Illican nods, like satisfied, and then he'll get up and walk away, do something else, like tend to the fire.
Take inspiration.
There we go.
That guy's an inspiration farm, ain't he? All right, so we wake up in the morning. Is everybody done? Yep. All right. We can make our way to the Lost Spire in 4 hours. Let's roll for random encounters. You guys have no encounters technically for this day. So you guys travel across the tundra, and we make our way to the Lost Spire, my dudes. All right, cool, very cool. So. Through the darkness ahead of you, you can see a tiny bit of light sort of spills out from over the mountains that sort of gives you a little bit of illumination as it's like coming around midday. And then you see it. A 20-foot high, irregularly shaped spur of black rock juts out of the tundra ahead of you. Its smooth and shiny surface couldn't possibly have been worn down by the wind. No, this protrusion looks utterly out of place, as if it had been thrust into the ground. And I will show you guys a handout. The Lost Spire.
I also think today is the 27th.
Okay, thank you. I will mark that down. That weird, it has like a sort of curve. It's a straight up and down spire. It's 20 foot high, and then it has this sort of curved other thing, like pop protrusion that comes out of it. You said it's the 27th?
Mm-hmm.
All right. There's the Lost Spire off in the distance. Valan will sort of point it out to you guys. Can I get a history check from everyone?
This is a new day. I need to roll for portents.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna use those shits.
I'm gonna use guidance.
for this.
Okay. All right, doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it
Oh,
doesn't really matter.
Prestige, that was supposed to
nay.
be.
Hold up. Let's backtrack a bit.
That's not supposed to be advantage. I'm just
Sorry.
It's okay. We're gonna backtrack a bit. V, you have bad dreams. I don't think you can learn any new sort of information. But you have the same sort of vision that you always have. And that's one level of exhaustion for you.
Yep. Perfect day to land on it.
No shit, huh? You've been going for days now without with nothing really happening, and then you fucking one time you need it. All right, so that means that you have a disadvantage. All right, so where is bars is a 13? All right, so Quintus, you're the only one that really notices this, but as you're approaching the Lost Spire, you can tell that, as I described before, it's obviously not naturally formed. This jutting of rock. But what you can tell, this must have been shaped and formed by magic. Like a stone shape or something like that.
Hey, I think this is like Proctive level stuff.
It's pretty big.
From what I've read about Proctive, if this is his level stuff, I kind of imagined it would have been bigger.
I mean, like, he invented all those spells, right? Like stone shape, move earth.
Yeah,
Yep.
just everything that I read about it was just so grandiose, and this is just a. Well, I don't know. Maybe there's more to it once we get closer.
Right. As
A
you
lot of his spells were like,
It's definitely powerful magic, but it's just kind of anticlimactic.
you're saying a lot of his spells are like earth-based, right?
Yeah, like that. It's not exactly a school of magic, I guess, but something like that.
Is Earth a school of magic?
No. Transmutation.
I'm
is,
saying
though.
that in character.
Gotcha, my bad. Valen will say that then.
Okay.
Valen will correct you.
Are you sure?
Actually, but as you get closer, though, those of you that rolled above a 10 can tell that this structure is actually much, much larger. It just descends underground.
Told you.
Yeah, it makes more sense. Yeah.
And you guys approach it. And you get closer, and this thing is, I mean, pretty fucking wide. I'm talking maybe 40, 50, no, let's say 60 to 80 feet wide. Like a diameter. And it's 20 feet tall. And you can tell that it sort of descends down underground. But you're up on it now, and it's this smooth, completely smooth black stone. Like some sort of granite or something like that, like a special kind of black granite. What do you guys want to do?
Is there a way down that we can see?
As you look around it, like if you look up it, there's no windows, there's no doors. It's just a big fucking piece of rock.
And it's not like there's not like a crater that goes down and like it's jutting out of. It's just flat ground.
I mean, at this point, yes, because it's probably been here for a fucking 1,000 years.
Oh yeah, so the snow has filled all that up.
Mhm.
We should try to find a way in.
Maybe if we can see up top.
I'll send Grim up.
You send Grim up, and as Grim sort of flies around, you do see some like darkened earth and maybe like a hole somewhere on a side that's off to the side of where you guys are. Do you want to just sort of go around?
Yeah, I'll try to like I don't know how that would work. That would be so weird, like out of body experience, like watching myself through Grimm's eyes walk towards
Like
that
an
dark
overhead map.
spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys walk around the side, you park your sleds and sort of walk around the side. And as you walk around the side, you can see the first thing that you notice is that there's a campfire or like a abandoned camp site. Right? There's like stones that have been stacked up. There's a blackened sort of charcoaled wood from like a fire. You can see that some of the snow and rocks and stuff have been disturbed in this area. That's the first thing that you notice. About 15 feet away from that, at the base of the spire, there is a 5-foot diameter tunnel that juts into the ground at a steep angle towards the tower.
Oh, I didn't know I was claustrophobic till just now.
I mean, I guess that's our way in.
Said we should look for a way in. I'm kind of regretting saying that.
How old does camp look? Days, weeks, months?
Investigation, survival,
I can do survival.
either is fine.
I'll do guidance on that, actually, on that survival.
Oh, no need.
We don't need it.
Yeah, so Illican, you can tell that this campfire is about 1.5 or 2 10 days old.
Okay, I'll relay that.
They moved a lot slower than I thought they were going to.
I thought I had a fucking thing for this. Oh, I do. Does anybody have a passive perception that is higher than 13?
Me.
Okay. How about this? Let me throw some shit on the map real quick. Like a big smile.
How about this? Sets up the initiative tracker.
How about
And,
this? Fuck you guys.
And oops, where's Sapphire? And Gabar. Sonar. God, there's a lot of people in this fucking party.
Yeah.
Lynn,
Lynn.
Quintus, and Helen, or Valen, and 2 kobolds.
Pretty sure I still have a picture of that one Tomb of Annihilation combat scenario where there was like 10 NPCs.
Oh yeah, that's true, dude. No, nothing can compare to that shit. I at the end of the game there was like 12 NPCs that I was playing all at once, in the tomb. Okay, let me pull you guys over to a map. Well, actually, let me describe what happens first. So those of you that have a passive perception higher than what I say 13, you are not surprised. But those of you that have it lower, you are surprised as 2 big ass fucking gargoyles descend down on you. One of them is real scrawny and skinny, and the other one is kind of chunky and fat. These are Avarice's gargoyles. And they fly down to attack you as I pull you over to the map.
Where is she?
And I need everybody to roll initiative.
I was
going?
just about to say I was going to change to my hybrid form, but now I got to use an action in turn order. Oh boy.
At least
there I
he's
am.
in my aura.
Hey. I'm actually on a decent initiative today.
Okay. So who's surprised?
Did you say 13 and higher or higher than 13?
Needed to beat it, so 13 and higher.
Oh, okay. I'm unsurprised then. I have a
All right,
13
who is
passive.
surprised? Let's ask
I
that.
am surprised, but I'm first in the initiative order, so I at least get my reaction.
Oh,
Kabar
sure.
and Sapphira, I think, are the only ones surprised.
Yeah.
Okay, Gabar and
Yeah, my
Sapphira.
passive perception is shit.
All right, so Gabar and Sapphira are surprised as these gargoyles, they look like inanimate against the stone wall, but then they jump off and go into attack. So Gabar, you are surprised and now no longer. Big Smile. These guys are, let's say, 15 feet in the air.
Ooh.
And they just sort of jumped off and are diving down to attack.
I'm gonna get right in the middle of them, right in the fun spot here, and use my mountain defense. And
Okay.
just get ready to eat a whole bunch of blows.
Okay, the kobolds are also surprised. Is Valen surprised? Yep, Valen surprised. Illican, you're up.
What to do? We're gonna go with the old moonbeam, I think.
Okay. Which one you want to hit? There's the skinny one is over here. Oops, the skinny one's over here, and the fat one's over here.
Let's get the fat one.
All right, fat one.
Yeah.
In a moonbeam, you summon light over the top of him. It starts burning away his stony flesh. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Should I move? Oh wait, I roll the damage at the start of
That's fine. Just keep it right there because their turn's coming up next. So just leave it right there.
Yeah. Might as well. Do I move? No, not yet. I'll you know what? I'll go into the aura.
Okay.
All right, that's my turn.
All right. The gargoyles go. The big fat one is going to swoop down and try to. Well, he starts his turn, so he has to make a save. Where are their character sheets? The con save.
Yeah.
Oops, it was to the GM. He got a 17. So he takes half damage. Yep. Perfect. So 6 damage to the gargoyle. As parts of his stony flesh sort of evaporate away, he will dive down out of the moonbeam and dive down towards Big Smile. The other one is going to fly. What would he go for? Let's go for Gabar. He will go for Gabar. So he will fly down to Gabar's level. And they're going to make their attacks. So the first one's going for Big Smile. This is a bite and a claw on Big Smile. So a 13 and a crit.
13
They have
misses.
disadvantage. They have disadvantage.
Oh, okay. Then,
So
yeah,
13 misses, and we'll do advantage again. We'll just say that that's the same, and then the bite, and then this is the claws with disadvantage. 11.
Miss.
All right,
Both miss.
so he does strike at you, but you can't. You fucking don't move. You just dodge out of the way of the intense blows. And it just hits your shoulders, like not affecting you. It's like punching a mountain. And then the other one's going for a Big Smile. Let me set it for always roll advantage, so I don't have to worry about it.
You mean Gabar?
Gabar, sorry.
I figured what you meant. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Bite and a claw. 14 and a 9.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw up a shield.
Okay. Yeah, you have your reaction, so you're good to go.
Yeah,
as
all
they
right,
try
throw
to
up the
slash out at
shield.
you.
Yeah, hits a red barrier that's imposed between me and him.
Perfect. They are still. They'll stay there. V, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna go. Hex on one. Let's say the one in front of Gabar.
Mhm.
And let's do strength for saving throw and or check. I mean, and then let's do a firebolt. Firebolt.
Okay.
I didn't click hex, but I'll click hex. So that's 8 damage, 23 to hit. I'm sure that hits 9 damage.
9 damage. Okay. Yep. He gets
not
hit.
very good rolls.
Yeah, that's the skinny one. He gets hit. It doesn't seem like he's too bothered by this. Not that he's resistant or anything. It's just
Yeah, it wasn't
They look
that
like they're
much.
they're gigantic. They're huge too. They're like 10 feet tall. They're fucking giant.
That's right. I'll get him next turn.
Okay.
Let's push him back 1 square though. Actually. Oh wait, I used my bonus action. I'll do that next turn.
Sapphira.
That's my turn.
Right. Sapphira is going to move over here,
Mhm.
kind of to the left.
You are flanking.
I am flanking.
Yeah.
And I will do advantage crystal edge attacks. 2 attacks. 16 and
Hit.
17.
Both hit.
All right, I'm going to use 1. Should I do a second level? I'll do a second level, actually. Actually, no, I'll do 2 first level. I'll just do 1 first level. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry. 1 first level.
Send it.
2d8.
God
Let's go.
damn it.
9.
All right, perfect. All right. So you reach up and slash into this thing, and your crystal edge is like built for cutting rocks like this, like you're a fucking rock chick. This is your whole deal. So
Yeah.
you're cutting into chunks out of this thing. It's not yet bloody, but it's close.
Yeah, it sharpens like just enough in order to cut through stone.
Yeah, dude.
As it like cuts through like a part of this thing, like this thing's chest, actually.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, that's your turn.
That's my turn.
Quintus.
Would it be an action to pull Gabar back from that thing and like force movement for him?
What I mean, you're gonna try to grab him and pull him.
Yeah, and I assume he'd be willing to be.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that they would get an attack of opportunity. Just the way that sounds in
Okay,
my
yeah.
mind.
That's
Like
fair.
narratively, it
fine.
sounds like you run up and try to grab him, and then this thing is gonna be like at him.
I should be able to get away from this guy if I have to.
I mean, Sonar's about to fucking open up a can of whoop ass on this dude.
Is Sonar even in the initiative
No, he's
order?
not.
I was okay.
Oh god, he rolled really low. Anyways. Oh, actually, he would go before Quintus.
Would he have been surprised?
He has a pretty high wisdom. Let's see. No, he wouldn't have been. Let
Wouldn't
Sonar
have
go
been,
real
yeah.
quick.
Cool.
Let Sonar go real quick. He's going to do, since he's in melee, this is his sort of he needs to make a wisdom saving throw. He's gonna try to blind this fucker. It fails. It's now blinded. Let's give him an eye. There's no eye one. Oh,
Yeah,
here's one.
there is.
There's one. All right, he's blinded as Sonar lifts up his staff and he incants this elvish sort of incantation, and then he'll take his fucking stick and whack the shit out of this guy with advantage. Oh man. Hold up, I didn't roll advantage. Damn, he misses. Fuck. He hits it. It just doesn't do that any damage to him. But he blinds it with this radiant light that emanates out of his staff. Cool. Now it's Quintus's turn.
All right, I'm gonna toss an inspiration dice to V. Hit him a little harder next time. And then I'll shout out to the other one fighting. Or yeah, no, I'll stick with this one. The one in front of Sonar and Gabar.
Yeah.
Say what? Avarice didn't like you enough to bring you along, and try and vicious mockery it.
Okay. Wisdom save. He fails. Takes 5 psychic damage. They don't make a sound, but it sort of holds onto its skinny little head.
I'll just move back, and that's my turn.
Okay. Gabar, you're up.
Oh man, I don't like this guy in front of me, but at least he's blinded, so he can't see me, which means I can at least run away.
You can run away, yeah.
5.
Wait, is Valen not on the fucking thing either? Oh yeah, she is. She was just
she was-
surprised.
Yeah. 5. Fuck it, I got advantage, and I got something I can make an attack with. I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt at, because why not? 3rd level.
Oh, okay. Big ass witch bolt.
I have advantage, so I would like to at least try for
To
the
crit.
20. All right, 27 for 11 plus 8, 19 damage.
Holy smokes. You blast it with lightning energy as it's 44. Not bloodied yet, but it's close.
That's fine. I'm gonna hold concentration as this beam of red energy is just connecting me and this gargoyle.
Absolutely.
And
All
I'm
right.
actually gonna move a little further away. 5, 10, 15. Right there.
Cool. Big smile, you're up.
Yeah, let me just clock over here and then get ready to go with some punches here.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
Miss.
14,
Hit.
18, 8. And
Uh-huh.
I'll burn.
He's bloodied.
I'll burn 1 key point to do 2 more punches with the flurry blows.
Miss hits.
Only 6.
All right.
14 total.
You start punching into this rock, and it hits every time, but like it's bloodying up your knuckles real bad.
Yeah, this definitely sucks.
Is that your turn?
That's it.
All right. The kobolds go. They will scramble and reach into their side, and they have a sling and they'll sort of swirl it around and try to throw rocks at the rocks. I think it's doesn't really matter. Like
Can
it's
they even take non-magical damage?
they're not immune. I don't think. No, they're just resistant. I'll roll just to see what happens. 2 sling attacks. Oh, 1 hits. Oh, I guess they'll hit the one that's blind, so they both hit for 10 damage. Wow, the kobolds actually pulled some weight in this one.
The most damage I've ever seen a health potion do.
They did more than me.
Yeah, the 2 kobolds like get their slings ready, and they're like, "We'll protect you, Flynn!" And they throw these rocks at it, and it clunks them both in the head. Cool. That's the kobold's turn. Now Valen will go, and she'll say, "That was very good." And then she'll turn around, and what is she gonna do? Boy, she got some stuff. Okay, she actually doesn't have that good of stuff. She's not exactly sure what's to come. So I think she would just do. Wow, her spells kind of suck, actually. Maybe she will just do Blight. She'll just cast a Blight. Mamma mia. A con save from the.
Holy smokes.
What?
Okay,
oh yeah, my spells suck. I'll just do like 37 points of damage.
Well, that's one of her that I wanted to cast a low level spell,
no,
but
that's
like
fine. I'm just fucking with
this is from some of her higher stuff. It actually survives. 18. Okay. So it takes 18 points of damage as like some of the rocks like necrotize it and like fall away from its body as she like summons with her wand this like powerful necrotic spell. That's the end of her turn. Next up is Illican.
All right, so bonus action, move my moonbeam to the skinny guy.
Okay.
And then am I in flanking position? I think I might be.
Near no.
If you're on the other side of Sapphire, you are.
Which is yeah, I mean you can go here and flank, or I guess you can go here and flank.
Here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck
That's
it.
gonna be my next question. All right. And then advantage, I will roll the primal savagery.
That hits.
All right, I guess it wasn't much damage, but I'll
But
take it.
you do something, yeah. You slash into it, and the claw marks like stay as the acidic energy like runs down its chest. Is that your turn?
Yeah, we'll take that, and then I'll roll the moonbeam.
Yeah. Good point.
I'm hoping to finish this guy off.
Yeah, you might can finish that other guy off. I'll go ahead and start their turn then, because it's a con save for moonbeam. I always forget that. Well, he failed and takes 13. Oh, it's not enough.
It's not enough.
It's not enough. He has 3 fucking hit points left.
Oh my.
So
Okay.
it's their turn, and they will. I get. Does it? How long does the thing last until the end of Sonar's turn? Yeah, and until the end of Sonar's next turn. All right. Well, it doesn't say anything about. Like, can he disengage if he's blind?
Yeah, you can still
rules
take all
best-
your
yeah.
actions.
Okay, well, he's gonna this one's gonna disengage and fly. Oh, mama. He'll fly 30 feet in the air and move 30 feet away. I mean, I guess he'll just go 30 feet in the air, 60 feet away. So he flies away. Goodbye. Let me double check the distance here. Oh man, he's like off the fucking map. The other one will do the exact same thing. Disengage, fly 60 feet away from his square. So we're talking. If he goes here, he's 20 feet off of that. So that one is 20 feet away from that square, and this one is. Does it say 40 to 50, 10 feet away from that square? All right. Next in the order, V. They are retreating.
I guess I'll send him a going away present.
And we can't let him go back and tell her.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
The one that's hurt, I'll hit
Yeah,
with
you
a
have a
fireball.
D8 as well.
The one that's hurt, yes. Here.
Miss.
Ah,
Miss. Is it?
The natural one.
Yeah. Okay. Darn. Yeah, that wouldn't help.
A D8
Yeah.
wouldn't. No, a natural one always misses on attack rolls.
Yeah. Dang, that sucks. Okay.
Damn it.
That's your turn.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Sapphira, do you want to do anything?
I think I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on one of these guys. The one I was attacking.
Weren't you just bashing on the school in Macromancy like an hour ago?
Well, listen,
All right.
Just
all
fucking
right.
with you, man.
it's
Post it.
necromancy to kill
Post it.
people.
I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah.
Well,
Only
it
the
didn't say that
necromancy that
wasn't a
brings
hypocrite.
back. Oh, finally, you got way more damage on the harmed.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because
Fuck.
they succeeded.
All right. Sonar's turn. The Sonar can. Guess he can.
I didn't
What-
say I wasn't a hypocrite.
What is a sacred?
Sacred
what's-
Flame?
Yeah, sacred flame. The blind one would have disadvantage. Is that a thing? Blind disadvantage on deck save. You think?
It's just
Probably
saving throws
not.
from sources that you can see. So that's
He
your call on
blind
whether
can't
he can
see.
see a sacred flame coming.
What?
Yeah, there's no easy ruling for it. It's one of those weird 5e, like, GMs, make it up.
Love that.
Yeah. A blinded creature can't see and automatically fails any ability check that requires sight. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't say anything about saving
Ability
throws.
check, right? Okay, so he can still make a deck save. This boy, I really want him to live. To be honest, it doesn't matter. He fails. Takes 5. He goes down. That one, the skinny one, lands in the snow, and snow flies all over his head. Wait, what's the range on Sacred Flame? 60?
60.
We're good. We're good. I think so, right?
Yeah, because he flew 60 feet away from
Yeah,
somewhere.
he's only 10 feet away from that square. So, all right. That's Sonar's turn. Quintess.
All right, I'll just unload on that last one. Make sure he doesn't get away.
Yeah.
It'll be a 2nd level magic missile.
Okay.
That's only 3d4. 1 second.
Okay.
So 16 force
All right.
damage.
He's still up,
Fuck.
but you pummel into him, dude. Like it hurts him real good.
Bar follow up with that one.
You want to give him a D8 or you want to save your D8?
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a d8.
No,
Okay.
I don't need it. save it. I'm going to begin, and I start to draw that circle in front of me that forms into a portal in front of him. And as he's flying away, portal opens in front of him. Vortex warp this bitch back to me, and he rolls an 8 on his portent.
Oh my god!
Nice.
And I'm gonna drop him right in the middle of all of us.
So like right here.
Damn.
Wombo
Right there,
combo.
right there's fine, dude.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's
Oh
be like,
god.
you fucking thought, and I'm gonna run away. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. All right, that's my turn.
Alright,
Damn.
big smile.
Oh, wonderful. I'm just sprinting into that flank position like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, with Blinn. Alright.
Time up for me, Blinn. Oh my
Hit the glancing blow and a miss.
god. Okay, so half of 4, so 2.
Mhm.
And I won't burn the key point. I'll just do my last punch here.
Hit.
24. Another 5.
Still up.
Damn it.
Alright. Are you guys ready? The kobolds run. We'll save you, Blinn! And they jump on the fucking gargoyle. So they're gonna run over
Please
there.
let the kobolds kill him.
They
Yes.
can pack tactics too, right?
Advantage.
I think so. Oh my god, totally. All right, so they're gonna draw out their little daggers and start stabbing into it. Oh my god, they might actually do this.
Yes.
And both hit.
Yes, kobolds.
Just the
Yes,
clinking
yes.
of metal on stone.
All right, guys, guess how many hit points this gargoyle has left?
8,
9.
10.
Fucking 8.
8.
Oh, I guessed
So the kobolds, they put in some work on this one. So the kobolds run out, they're like, we'll save you! And they jump on top of the gargoyle and they start stabbing it in the neck and like just stabbing it like crazy. And the gargoyle's trying to throw them off. And they just keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going, chiseling away at this thing because kobolds are really good diggers. So they're like digging out the rock with their little dull daggers until the thing lands on the ground. Dead.
Good job.
We're out of turn order.
Guess she's somewhere that way.
Oh,
I'm like actually impressed. I didn't think that was gonna go down quite as brutally as that, but
Me
can't
neither.
complain.
I thought they were gonna go away. I thought they were gonna get away.
Let's go.
So they started flying
Kobold.
north.
They did, yeah.
That's weird.
Girl Scouts
to
just-
come.
All right, now what?
So that means the Spire is clear to get in then, yeah.
There's a
Send.
narrow hole that we gotta dive into.
Yeah, so you guys check out this like 5-foot diameter hole, and you can see that the whole thing is coated in slippery ice, going all the way around and all the way down. However, lodged into the top of this hole, like at the base of, or like at the top, lodged into the ice is a piton. And there's a knot of frayed rope tied to the top, as if someone tied a knot to it and then cut the rope.
I do have that hempen rope still for us.
I'm just curious. Did was it cut so that people couldn't get down, or was it cut so that people couldn't get up?
Do you think
Honestly,
Grim could tell us?
well, the rope would be at the bottom of the thing, so. I honestly, I just think they cut it because rope is hard to find up here.
So should we try scouting ahead with magic or just going in?
You would like to send one of your creatures down?
I'm
I
all for
very
a
much
little
could.
animal getting killed before I do.
Yeah, so I haven't used this in a while, but Wild Companion, let's see here.
You used it at Liarmut.
Oh, did we? I thought we decided
You got
against
the little
it.
kitty cat going around
Mm-hmm.
to
Yes,
climb
that-
between the bars.
Oh no, to go between. I remember now. Yeah. That's right. The little I don't know if a cat would be. Can I make like a spider?
Fuck yeah.
All right, got a little spider friend now.
All right. And you want to send him down the hole?
Let's send him down the hole.
All right. You send him down the hole. It gets pretty fucking dark. I think the spider can see in the dark. Who cares?
Got blind sight, so
The tunnel
Yeah.
descends down quite a ways. Let me double check my sort of deal here. Oh yeah, quite a ways. We're talking a solid 20 or 30 feet down, straight down. But it's sort of got it like curves, right? So you're going straight down for a minute, and then it curves a little bit, and then it takes a sharp turn and curves a little more, and then it sort of planes out, right? Like a flat sort of surface you could walk on type of thing, but it's still this 5-foot tunnel. So like Illican, if you go in there, you would have to hunch over to sort of, and Big Smile too. You guys would have to like sort of hunch over to crawl through it, and it goes straight down. But you can see that the slippery tunnel of ice ends at like a stone sort of wall. And there's rubble on the floor, and the wall appears to have been broken in. Like it looks like completely smashed and shattered on the outside of it. But you can see that there's a room inside, and it's glowing blue, lit inside with glowing blue lights. Would you like to go further in or sort of relay this information? It seems safe enough for now.
I'll relay the information, but I'll go further in as well once everyone
Cool.
understands.
As you sort of get into, so past the wall is a room, right? And as you go into this room, the first thing that you notice is that there are sconces, torch sconces hanging on the walls. And each one is illuminated with a blue fire. The weird thing is the torches are close to the floor. They might be, I don't know, 3 or 4 feet away from the floor, and they're upside down. And the flame is going towards the floor. Like as if you took a torch that was burning properly, flipped it upside down in Photoshop. The fire is going straight down, flickering and burning straight down. You also notice that there's a wooden door in this room that is flush to the ceiling. And there's like a 4-foot gap from between the floor and the top bottom of the door. It appears as though this room is completely upside down.
No problem for a spider, but I wonder, can I observe, like, is there anything that seems to be held down as if by the force of gravity on the floor ceiling?
Yeah, there's like rocks and stuff sitting on the floor, like stones from stonework and other things. There's also flanking either side of the door are 2 stone statues of like a wizard, right? And they are identical, and they hang down from the ceiling like stalactites. But there is stuff on the floor that makes it look like gravity works properly, if that's sort of what you're getting at.
Yeah, so it's just like an upside down room, but gravity's normal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, gravity's in the same direction as the fire.
Yeah.
The same direction as the fire, exactly.
Well, no, it seems like, I mean, yes, but it seems like the fire is the only thing defying
Yeah.
gravity, you know?
Right, because otherwise it would be like twisting
up,
upward. Yeah.
right.
So that gives me a hint that it's like probably magical. We need
Probably.
Arcana check of some nature. Yeah, so I'll say this, and I assume maybe Gabar and Valen have some reaction.
You're muted.
At the
How far down is it? Did you say 30 feet down?
It's your call, Jay, whether I can tell from the
Mhm.
perspective of the
Oh yeah,
Spire.
yeah. You can tell. Yeah, it's about that thing descends
30.
down about 30 feet. Yeah,
Okay, if you said that, I missed it.
and then
yeah,
it curves and goes into a room that is upside down.
I see.
I'll just
I
go
thought you
ahead
were
and
asking, like, the
I'll just
height
go
of-
ahead and sort of get this out of the way. The entire place is upside down.
We're gonna stop now.
I don't think so. Can I wrap the hempen rope around? You said there's like a hook
Mhm.
with the rope that's been cut.
Mm-hmm.
Can I wrap our rope through that?
Yep.
Does anyone want to go first?
Plant a
Oh.
teleport sigil outside.
Perfect.
All right. If anything goes wrong,
Perfect,
I'll
Brandon.
be right back.
Cool.
Oh,
All right, you want to try first, Quintus?
well, give Quintus the rope.
All right,
I'll
Quintus.
start
You
heading
start descending down, right? And you get maybe 5, 8 feet, and it's slippery as shit. I need you to make athletics check to get down. Okay. You can slowly start to make your way down, but you slip every so often. But you have a feeling that if you let go, it would turn into a slide, Goonies style. But you slowly, make your way down, drop to this sort of thing, and then sort of hunch down, and you can see, as I described before.
Nothing's coming to get me. I think it's all right for everybody else to come down.
All right, I'll head there next.
All right, let me get a series of athletics checks from everybody. Valen will leave her kobolds outside to keep watch.
Yeah, I will stand to the side of the mouth, so anybody that
I'll-
spills out doesn't tumble into me.
I'm going to give the guidance to Gabar.
Actually, could I see the bottom?
No, it turns, twists, and turns too much.
Fuck.
Oh
Fuck.
no.
All right,
Oh,
guidance to me
no.
then.
Yeah.
That
it been
is
10
not
minutes?
what you want me to do.
Oh my god! All right, so here's what
fine.
happens.
Has it been 10 minutes?
Oh my god, this is
guys,
fantastic.
It's a slip and
6.
slide.
So here's what happens.
God.
So
Comedy of errors right
So
here.
the last person to go down is it basically it's everybody's going down, and then Illican and Sapphira, like Sapphira's the last one to go down, and then Illican's after her, and everybody else is below, right? And then one person slips, and then slip. Everybody else just slips off the fucking rope and slides down like Goody style. You're fucking in a toboggan, right? Going down this fucking slippery ass thing. Yeah, just like Illican and Sapphira notice that the rest of your group just all the way down, and you all pile into each other at the bottom of this tunnel.
Just
Yeah,
a fucking
maybe
yard
like
sale.
maybe Illican gets stuck at the exit, and then everyone else just like keeps crashing into him. Like
Oh, that's perfect. Okay. Where I want to get everybody in here, and then we can end for the night. Sure.
Do we take like any damage from any of that, or is it just like a?
You can safely slip and slide down.
So okay, I wish I would have known that because Gabar was just like toboggan, like woo.
Yeah. Well, you figured it out after a while, and then while you were slipping, sliding down, you were like, "Well, this is great." Okay. I accidentally forgot to put a door in.
It's more fun if you put your hands up.
Oh, there we go. I accidentally forgot to put a door in, but that's okay. So there's a big smile and there's a V. I'm just going to sort of throw you guys haphazardly into this room. Oops, wrong layer. And Sapphira. I might put everybody in the same square like I usually do.
Ooh, dungeon crawl. It's been a while.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a dungeon, all right. Sonar. Oh my god, Sonar just levitates down. Everybody else slip and slides, and then at the very end, just Sonar floats down to the bottom and sort of crosses his arms.
Like those wheelchair elevators on stairs.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Gremlins.
All right, we need Illican.
Yeah, I feel like this dungeon is
Quintus.
gonna be the iceberg situation where the part you see above ground is only the beginning.
Yeah. All right, we'll put everybody in the same sort of square now. All right, I think that's everyone. Let me make sure my dynamic lighting is turned on properly. So you don't see the whole goddamn map.
Yeah, there it is.
Basically. I'm gonna show you after you guys explore the whole place. I'm gonna show they have like detailed sort of.
Yeah, there it is, Will.
Can't
Okay.
wait.
I'm gonna turn off Sapphira's aura actually because it's sort of interfering with what I can see.
Sorry. I can turn it off.
I got it.
Gotcha.
There we go. All right. So I'll describe this room one more time as you guys sort of enter into it. I'll give you a good sort of rundown of everything though. Everything in this dungeon is upside down. Exactly like the art that Will just sent, right? All rooms, corridors, staircases, everything that's in this room, in this place, is lit by these blue burning sconces, right? That are upside down. With the fire sort of pointing towards the floor, quote unquote. And I will say, when I say floor, I mean floor.
The bottom part.
The bottom part. And when I say ceiling, I mean the top part, but we know that those are actually reversed, right? Okay. Every room is 12 feet high, with flat ceilings. The doorways are 8 feet high and arched. Cool. That sounds good to everybody so far?
Yeah.
Awesome. Across from the tunnel once you enter into this room, right, you can see that there's like rubble and stuff on the floor and the illumination, as I described before. There's a wooden door that has the sort of, if it's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's like a 4-foot wall preventing you from being able to go through the door, right? You have to climb over this 4-foot wall to get through the door. The door, however, is ajar. And flanking it are 2 identical stone statues that hang down like stalactites. The statues appear to be some sort of long-faced human dressed in wizard's robes and clutching a staff. Yeah, that's it. That's what the first thing that you see in this sort of area is, this room that I just described with the, these are the statues, right? So what do you want to do?
Are you ready for those things to come to life too?
Yeah, pop off a quick detect magic. I'm not gonna do ritual, just
All
when
right.
it goes out.
Cool. You sense magic. First of all, you can tell that these sconces that are hanging upside down are magic flame. The second thing that you notice is that these 2 statues that hang down upside down were once magical, but are now inert.
You were close, Quintus, but something. It seems like they've been dispelled. I don't think we have to worry
Sense.
about them.
Seems we're second ones here, so
Keep pressing forward then.
Is there any sign since the fireplace that someone's been here?
You don't see anything yet.
All right, just checking.
You want to try to
mean,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, if Everest's gargoyles were outside, I think it's a good idea that she's been here
I mean
already.
the campfire, the rope, the pipe.
Yeah. I was just looking to see if there were any more like clues as to their activity.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
So big smile. It looks like you go over to the sort of doorway and lift your hand up to push the door open, and you sort of peer over this little 4-foot wall, and you can see that there's a long hallway, in front of you. And at the end of the hallway, and also I gotta say, there's like frost inside of this room and stuff. Like obviously the cold has sort of saturated into this place, and frost sort of covers ice patches and stuff like that, cover some of the subsurfaces in this place. But as you look down the hall, big smile, you can tell that there is the end of the hallway at the very back of the room is covered in rubble. Like something collapsed here, like some sort of section of or something. Like there must have been maybe a staircase here or something like that. That's now full of rubble. And you can also see that there are 2 wooden doors, flush with the ceiling again, here and here down the hallway.
Yeah, I'll enter the hallway.
Yep. So you kick your leg up over this wall, pull yourself to the other side. And yeah, like I said, two doors.
We have a preference.
Left?
It's 2 separate doorways, not like the 2 that are kind of
No.
like going together.
No,
Okay.
they're across the hall from each other.
Gotcha.
Sure.
Here, well, I can
That's fine.
listen. We're gonna keep everybody's token in the same spot.
Yeah.
I know.
Sorry,
I love
forgot about
that I love that we're exploring. I love when you guys do that. But I'm gonna just because this place is so fucking tiny that if your tokens might wander into something I don't want you to be in. But we can narratively say, oh, we move forward, and I'll tell you what you see and stuff.
So we'll do that left door then.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. Do you guys mind if we go to?
we're just choosing this at random, right?
Do you guys mind if we go to 11? Is that cool with everybody?
Yeah.
That's 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
My detect magic is still up. Am I
Correct.
pinging anything as we move through here?
Is it cool, Chris, that we go a little later?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So again, magical torches. Let's see. What's the
Range 30 feet. Any amount of lead.
the walls are very thick stone.
Okay.
So you'd have to open a door to determine. But yeah, the flames, the torches are magical, right? You can easily see in here.
I guess lead the way up and big smile.
Sure.
All right, so the one to the north.
Yeah, can I kick in the door here?
Yep, you kick in.
Well, yeah, I have to.
You have to
punch up at it.
stand up on your tippy toes and turn the doorknob and then throw the bitch open.
Yeah.
And then you open up into the room and all of you can see inside. This room, in this room there are a bunch of tables that are like overturned, right? Like they were on the ceiling and then fell to the floor. There is shattered and jumbled like equipment. These 2 wooden work tables, one's on its side and the other one is upside down. Just a bunch of like, I don't know, like beakers and smashed stuff like magical experimental equipment.
Do we have music again, Jay?
No, because I'm running the combat cam for this.
True.
Does it look like it was flipped? You know how like you take a water bottle and you flip it slowly, the water kind of collects along the side, but if you flip it quick, it all just stays on the top and falls down at once?
Investigation. It's hard to say. This place has also been here for a fucking long time. Right, what's the deal? Where you want to check that room out? You can also see that there's another door in this room. Over here.
Yeah, sure. We'll walk in.
All right, so you guys
I'm going with that. Yeah, I'm going with that
Climb
one.
up and over in.
Yep, you guys all climb up and over in, and make your way into this room. And like I said, you're like crunching on glass and bits of broken equipment of some sort. And yeah, there's another door in this room as well. I think Gabar's detect magic might pick something up from that room through the door. Where did he go? Oh, you're right. He just turned his camera off. Yeah.
I'll cautiously reach up and grab that next doorknob then. This okay, Gabar?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm
Oh.
right here. You said my detect magic might pick something up.
Yeah, from this room over here. But again, like I said, there's like a bunch of shattered equipment and stuff all up in this room. Valen will immediately start digging through this stuff. This is ancient Nethery's magical equipment. She's like fucking super interested.
I will kind of point out to Big Smile, be like, magic item in the next room, maybe of sorts, something.
Safe to open the door then?
It's not the door that's magic, right?
No.
I'll kind of try to keep under my breath and be like, if it's anything good, don't show Valen.
Oh.
And I'll go start like digging through the shit with Valen to try to distract her. Be like, fuck, anything good here?
Sure. Why don't you make an investigation check, Gabar, and I'll give you advantage because Valen is helping.
I just more want to distract her while Big Smile
I know.
goes to see if the magic item is cool because we owe her one more.
I know.
Yeah, 25.
Fucking sick. All right. So while you're digging through the wreckage, just distracting Valen, you actually do find something.
Oh shit! What?
You're like digging through all this stuff, and there's pieces of glass. You like sort of kick the table to the side a little bit, and when you kick the table to the side, you notice that sort of buried under rubble and dust, there is an iron key.
I'll pocket it.
Yeah. When you
Is there any markings on it or anything? Like any
Yes.
discerning? Yeah.
Yeah, I will say on the key of the head of the key, right? There is 3 sort of lines, one taller than the other. with
Oh fuck!
Crescent shape tops.
I've
to
seen
them.
this. I've seen this.
You have.
Yeah. Fuck this. Yeah. Cool.
Okay. Big Smile, you want to sort of throw that door open?
Yeah, and try and clamber over as quickly as possible too.
All right, you throw that door open. And inside there is another room. Let me describe it to you guys. The floor of this room is covered in shards of glass. You can also tell that there's like frozen pools of spilled fluids. And like the wreckage of what appears to be like 2 cabinets that have fallen and shattered. However, in a niche in the far corner of the room is a metal chest bolted to the ceiling.
Can I reach it?
It's 12 feet tall, so no.
Hey, look at. Give me a boost.
You got it.
Yep. You guys lift each other, 2 big hulking dudes lift each other up. And you sort of go towards the chest, and Big Smile, you reach up and try to fuck with the lid. It's locked.
Fuck. All right.
Does someone have a key?
Yeah,
What kind of key would work for it?
I mean, Gabar, you've been opening up boxes all day now, or for all week now. So, can you help us with this one?
That too.
I'm tired of opening boxes. No, fuck it, get me up there.
All
Okay.
right, so Illiken will pick up Gabar, and now they're like balancing like a fucking Goomba.
Sure. As you guys hold up Gabar's legs,
We're 3 kobolds in a trench coat, but
IRL.
Yeah. All right. You wanna try to pick this? You want to try to get this lock? How do you want to do this? Guys, knock.
I'm burning a lot of spells, but fuck yeah, this is totally worth it.
I can pick
From
one.
this random chest.
V under her breath.
Well,
I can pick locks.
Do I hear her say that?
Does anyone hear you say that?
I don't. I mean, if they do, I'm just like, I can pick locks.
I'm about to maybe
Can you
Well,
do
get
it while
up here!
Can you do it while balancing on elegant shoulders?
I've never tried, but there's only one way to find out.
Perfect. So we have set back down Gabar. It's like the barrel of monkeys.
Hey, save me a spell slot. I'm good with it.
And then V sort of climbs up on Big Smile's shoulders, and then he's got the foot in the arm, sort of thing. And then eventually you guys climb on top. And yeah, V, you want to try to make a thieves' tools check?
Yeah.
There it is.
Good enough. All right, so you pick the lock and then click, it unlocks. Now all you have to do is flip the latch and then the lid will open.
Right, maybe stand back. We can do that with a mage hand so you guys don't get clobbered.
I fall down.
All right, so everybody sort of tumbles off of each other again. The end of this has been very Three Stooges. So you guys all step away. All right, now what?
I'll drop a mage hand.
Hmm.
Yeah, everybody step back. Stuff's gonna fall, I assume.
Yep. You guys all step back and you open up the chest lid. It swings open immediately, and 4 glass vials fall out and nearly smash on the floor. Unless who is who is the fastest sort of dexterity wise out of everybody?
It's a
Pretty quick.
4-way tie.
Okay. Then I will allow I need
We all have 16s, right?
all right.
Now do you?
One of you needs to make an advantage check to see. Actually, we'll do 2 advantage checks to see if you guys can catch these glass vials.
I'll do one.
Go for you. I'll throw
Can I-
V in front of me to try and dive.
Can I
dive
use sleight of hand?
No, it has to be a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Was these the magic items that I
Oh.
pinged, or was it the chest?
Those were the magic items you pinged.
I think,
Would I have gotten an idea that they
No.
were about to? No, okay.
Big Smile. will
You
have
would
a
have
better-
known that they were magic item magic, right? But not
But
that they
not
were,
if they were
potions.
potions.
Right. All right, so V, dexterity saving throw with advantage, and then whoever's making the other one.
I'll do the other one because
All right, Quintus with advantage, please.
I'm not.
Oh, there we
Although I
go.
did
Oh, wow,
really
okay.
freaking well.
Woo! All right, so
And I didn't
both
even
of you
roll with
guys
advantage.
dive onto the floor as these potions land on your lap, and you're like, "Oh my god, we almost launched ancient Netherese potions." But yeah, as you guys, there's 4 of them, and each of you catch
Sweet.
2. In fact, I think Quintus, you almost miss one, but then you Spider-Man, catch it.
Yeah, the mage hand gets it.
Yeah. So yeah, there are 4 potions here. They're in vials that appear to be they don't make them like this anymore. You guys ever found really old vintage glass
the
jars
old
and shit?
Coca-Cola bottles.
Yeah, it's like that. They're real old
Back
school
when they had
style.
cocaine in the recipe.
Yeah. So one of them is this sickly green color. One of them is a pale blue. One of them is orange and red and fiery on the inside. And the other one is clear, like water.
Yes, we
Bar, you're sure that one's not just water?
It looks magic.
water.
What water have you seen that's magic? Other than the one that kind of change your gender?
Nice.
water?
Call back.
Yeah, it's a deep cut.
All right, so
Self burn.
you guys catch all the potions, and you sort of look up at V and Quintus sort of look up at you guys hey, we fucking did it, right? And then the camera sort of turns around and pans toward Valin, who taps her foot impatiently.
You said next magic item, not next 4.
Let's take a look at those. And we're gonna end the session there.
Yes, I wonder what they are.
But what are they?
All right.
One's fire.
Can we at least
Wait.
get the identify out of the way first?
You want to identify them?
Can we at
Yes.
least do that before we end the session? We'll burn
Sure.
an hour identifying these 4 things.
All right, so you guys want to take a little rest in this room. But
Yeah,
while
can we
that's
do-
happening, people might be exploring still. It's a fucking
That's
hour.
fair. All right.
All right.
Trying to end now.
Then we can handle the explorer after.
All right, I'll tell you what they are.
Yeah, there's only one DM. You can't do both at the same time anyway.
4 potions of resistance. Acid, cold, fire, force.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yep, and it appears as though no one has taken them.
How long do those last?
Whatever potion of resistance does.
I'm guessing remember.
Fire, acid, force, and what was the last one?
Cold.
Cold.
Ooh.
That'll be helpful.
That's the spicy one.
Yeah, I mean, we got a natural 20 and a 21 to save those things. Otherwise, there would have been some smashed potions on the floor. But all right, we'll while you're identifying them, we will handle if anybody else explores around this level later.
Perfect.
Guys, this place is fucking awesome. We haven't even scratched the surface of what's in here, man.
Yeah,
I'm
with
surprised
using your
Everest didn't
dungeon.
find these. We're already ahead of her.
Yeah, well, it was locked. However, there was other stuff in here that is no longer here.
Yeah, true.
Darn.
Damn.
Just take it off her
Pros and
body.
cons of being second.
Yeah.
The traps are gone, but the rewards are too.
So's the loot, yeah.
All right. That was it, guys.
I mean, the symbols, just to make sure that I'm clear, that's the same symbols we saw in the Iron Golem, right?
Correct.
Oh, sweet.
Cool.
We can go get it.
We should go
I
get an
guess.
Iron Golem when we're done here.
All
All right.
I'm calling it.
right.
We're good next week, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I think so, right?
Same time, same place.
Same time, same place, baby.
Let's do it.
Sweet.
Good session, guys.
All right,
I'm
that was
so
that was a good
stoked.
one.
I'm so stoked. Wait till you see what happens next.
Oh boy.
All right. We'll see you guys in a week.
Bye, guys.
See
Good night,
ya.
guys.
Night.